Must listen to our wonderful voices to make sure the stream sound is not jacked.
Yep. So weird.
I can't do that, so you'll have to listen to me because I can't hear my own voice right now. Trying to fix that.
You can't hear your own voice.
Oh my god.
How will you survive? How will you survive without hearing your voice? Okay. So let's pick up. So last time that we had played and gotten together, the party found themselves in the middle of a sting kidnap operation where they were trying to take down Julie's guys, including Julie, of course, which is the gang led by Julie. Julie did eventually get taken down. Things got messy. There was a moment where we thought both Ray and Legion, not Legion, I'm sorry. Infernal. Yeah, every time I think of Infernal, I think of Legion, and that's been in my brain. So now you're welcome. You all know where my mind goes. Because I think of like Infernal Legion, but yeah, so anyway. Both Infernal and Ray were in trouble when Mox finally decided to step in and intervene. Luckily, she was able to intimidate off some of the attackers, and Ray recovered from the nanite injection that Infernal had given her. So the two of them were able to take out Jules and stop it from being a reverse kidnapping, basically, if such a thing is true. Meanwhile, Tuck and Zentara were trying to hack into Crane, who was the right hand of Julie and alleged android, which turned out they most certainly were, which led to a very fast and frightening hacking battle between Tuck and Crane, as Crane had counterhacked and immediately thrown Zentara out of the internet and prevented her from getting back in. Tuck was able to defeat Crane and cause Crane to self-destruct after putting in a kill order into Crane to wipe out the rest of the gang. So it was a rough start, but it ended up with a critical success. All the objectives were met. You guys were able to go and deliver Julie to Frank, who is the gang boss who asked you to do so. It solidified your relationship with him. It's expanding his power, which will have an impact on the story in the future, of course, as all things do. And yeah, so you have a powerful ally. There's one less gangster on the street. You guys had a payday. Ray hung out with the gang and, of course, participated in the more dubious extracurricular activities they had. But all in all, it was a big win. Is there anything you guys want to add to the recap before we move on?
It got spicy.
We do have gear to divvy out, but I think Mox has it, so I think we should hold off until she returns.
Yeah, we got gear from the two bodyguards that Mox had to scare away so that she could actually save Ray, and then we had to go murder.
Let me see if she's got that in her notes. If she has it in her notes, we can just pilfer it right from there. If not, well, it is what it is. Yeah, she does not have the ball in here. She's only got one item.
Oh, wait a minute. It's still here. It's still in the chat.
Oh, yeah,
oh okay, perfect. So you guys can divvy it out as needed. And just so make a note of what you're leaving for Mox.
I think the biker helmet got buffed to a rare, too, if I remember right.
Wait, where do you see it?
No, if it got buffed, it was typed in the chat.
Wear leather cyber pants.
Oh, there it is, yeah.
Oh, that's what it got buffed. Okay.
With the 3 defense, 3 stamina, and 3 agility.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one that got buffed.
Well, I think the armor probably should go to the fighters first.
What, the physical fighters?
Mm-hmm. So Ray, Mox,
Mox actually fights with a ranged weapon. She's not melee at all.
Yeah, I don't have the ability to use a laser pistol.
I can't use a laser pistol either. That's why I got my electric whip. I think the only one who like physical combat / guns, Mox doesn't really. Mox isn't actually really physical. I think everyone's a range fighter.
Just do it this way. Everyone take a piece of gear. Ray, pick first because they decided that the combat person should go first. So out of that haul, what do you want?
Quick question before I choose, because I'm in between two. Is that laser pistol? What are the stats on that laser pistol? Because that's the only thing that's not written.
She got that from, I think, the gang member gunner. Let me see.
The second one. We got all this from the second gang guy. The one with the.
Yeah, so the first issued laser pistol, with it being rare, is going to be 3 strength, 3 defense, 3 agility. That's what it's going to add.
I think you said it was worse than your own, actually.
Yeah, mine's 4 strength, 2 defense, 1 int, and 1 agility, and 2 charisma, because that's what I put on it in the beginning. The scatter shot accessory. Does that have any stats to it?
No, it's the adds bleeding to your attacks. So when you shoot someone with your gun, they will bleed for 30 every time you shoot them.
Pew pew.
And that takes the place of one of my accessories that I already have.
It would be one of your accessory slots. You have 3.
So you'd be giving up stats for an extra ability, basically.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take scatter shot.
Okay. Zen, which one do you want?
Take the pleather pants, because that goes in the greaves, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yay.
Tuck, what do you want?
I'll take the rare pleather cyber pants.
She just took the pants.
There are other pants though.
That was the one before it was improved. They got improved after. So there's a jacket left, the biker helmet, and the pistol.
Take the jacket.
Okay. And so is it fair to say that we'll leave the pistol and the biker helmet to Mox?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. So let me slap that on her real quick.
Replacing the shatter shot. Losing my sad things. Didn't lose too much. Except in luck. Oh well.
You're speedier and slightly tankier.
So I put those stats on my thingamajigger, right?
Yeah. They go
if you put them into once you put it into the slot, it automatically adds it. You don't have to add it to your character sheet. It did the math already.
Convenience.
Okay, with that all said and done, you guys at the very end had, of course, found out that. Hold on. I just see something. Okay. At the very end, you guys had just found out that the woman who put the hit out on Iris was named Heather Frost, and she works for the Corp.
Yep.
So with that said, you guys are back in the shop. Of course, everyone had a little bit of a slow start to the day since you had spent the time with Frank and his people partying and the missions. Mox did leave early. She said she had personal errands to run, and she left without another word, leaving you guys in charge of the place. Mr. Bear just crashed, apparently.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, you're in Discord.
My entire screen is going bonkers, so bear with me a second. I gotta reboot, so I'll be right back. I apologize.
Brief pause?
We can start without him. You guys can...
Okay.
My fucking head.
How is your festivities?
It was fucking wonderful. I mean, I got, what, like 3 bottles of booze out of her?
Iris raises an eyebrow. Out of her?
Oh yeah, so you see what Frank and did is they turned Jules, the bitch we had in
She
captivity. They
nods.
killed her and they turned her into a piñata, and they stuffed it with booze.
Oh. And you won booze out of her. Which means
Yeah.
you hit her with a stick?
Yeah.
She nods slowly. Okay.
Yeah, I decided against participating in that.
Everybody else was weak-willed. They did not want to stay. They all went home.
I'm glad you enjoyed yourself despite my distaste for the setup of activities.
Oh, Iris. Next time we do that, you can come with us. Frank is moved on.
Frank has moved on with his life. He does not wish to kill you anymore.
She half smiles and goes, Great, next time I can join the pinata hitting party.
I'm not sure if there's going to be another piñata. That would be fun if there was. But at the very least, there would be more booze.
She nods. Well, I guess I'm glad he doesn't want to kill me anymore.
He said that was last week.
He also gave us the name of the person who put a hit out on you, actually. It was Heather Frost. Does that ring any bells?
She shakes her head. Who the hell is Heather Frost?
Apparently a high-up corp member.
Why would the corp want me dead?
Ooh, that's
Your
more of
guess
a question for you.
Yeah, like, if you don't know, then your guess is as good as ours, honestly.
And she
We don't.
shakes her head and points at herself. I'm clearly not affiliated with the corp. I don't even know what they would have to do with me.
What about where you go to school? Is your school affiliated with the corp?
She thinks for a moment and goes, no more than any other institute. I mean, there's mild funding, if you can call it that.
Hey, Tuck. Can you tell us? Do you know who Heather Frost is, or can you find some info for us?
Yes, I absolutely can go and do a quick background check. Just give me a minute.
Tuck, you can even roll a d20 to see if you've encountered Heather Frost before.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, Tuck, you were never really a fan of the corp while you were there, so if you had met her, she was just another faceless oppressor.
Like, oh look, there goes faceless oppressor number 206.
Nope. Based on my knowledge, I have no idea who it is, but I'm sure I can do something deeper and do a full on background check. You got to give me a minute though.
Just be careful. You know how corp stuff is.
Mm-hmm. Do you want me to roll one for hacking, Clay? I'm going to use the back computer.
Yep.
So that'll give me +3 with the computer, and then my +3.
Now, of course, Tuck, the real question is, are you hacking in, or are you going to use your login credentials?
I'm going to hack in.
Okay. Okay. So it takes you a moment, Tuck, as you do sit on the interface for a moment, debating whether or not to just type in your information just to see if it would work. But you think better of it and instead decide to go in the more aggressive way and begin hacking your way through the files. The core does have quite a bit of defenses for their top information. Luckily, staffing isn't considered a high profile thing. You are able to easily locate Heather Frost in the corp's directory. If you want to now pull information from her, that would be a different story.
So how high does it tell me like that she is? Like, is she an exec? Is she as high as my parents?
So what she is listed as underneath is senior private secretary. You know what this role entails. Basically, it is um, the highest level clearance somebody can have who is in that kind of role. So she herself is not an exec, but she very likely reports directly to an exec.
So private assistant. She probably has level 3 clearance, which would be 1 down or 2 down from top level.
You could hack in and find out.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that right now.
You like pass.
From what I gather here, looking at the corp, she's a private assistant, and what I know of their ranking system, that means she answers to someone. So she probably has the ability to access higher than most, but not top level. At least I can only assume it's not top level. She's an assistant.
Who's assistant?
It doesn't say. For me to do that, I have to either A, use my own credentials and log in, which if I do that, I'm not doing it here. I need to find a secure place that in case they backlog it and they're able to find me, I don't want that.
Can you
So
hack deeper and find out, or is that too risky?
Iris nods. I thought you were a hacker. Isn't this your thing?
Excuse me, Miss Thing, calm your tits.
She points to the medical scanner and points towards the cryo chamber and goes, excuse me, I'm a med student and you guys have been pushing me to my limit. I think asking you to hack is completely fair.
She does make a good point, Doug.
Jen,
Yes?
I crossed you while I was in my parents' system.
I am unusual. I don't think it'll happen again.
It's not that I don't think it'll happen. I'm worried that it will.
Iris nudges you. But what could possibly go wrong? Can't you just, unhack the hack if you get caught or something?
It's tough. And
it's not that easy.
Out, then it's just gonna be a whole.
And if they backtrack us here, this computer is definitely upgraded, but their systems, their AI systems are a lot more advanced. And I barely got past the last AI I came up against. So I'm worried. So if you want me to take this risk, you need to understand that we're taking a risk. We're going deeper into the system, and I either I use my credentials and I probably will get in because my mother is the type who will set a program to activate it. So I have to set up, pings and try to make it where it looks like I'm halfway across the world. But then that's not foolproof either. So there's a couple of ways I can do this. I'm just telling you it's a risk and it's a high risk if you want to know who she works for.
Iris shrugs and goes, my life is already in danger.
The problem right now is that we're at a standstill. Without this information, there's no way we can move forward. We need to find this stuff out. Otherwise, we have no idea how to go forward from here. Unless we unfrost him. I should tilt my head towards the tank. He might have a way to get to know her.
Iris nods. I still think it's a good idea to thaw him out.
And I am not against thawing him out. He's probably he's not going to be happy to see me, whether you thaw him out now or thaw him out later. You make that choice.
Why would he be unhappy to see you?
Because I am my mother's son, and that's all you need to know.
Okay.
Okay.
Geez.
So let's say we don't hack in here. We don't hack him at all. What would be our next step? And if we don't wake this motherfucker up, what would we do then instead?
We locate her and we ask her directly.
That sounds like a good way to get us killed. Because if she already is after her, if we go poking around, then what's to stop her from putting a hit out on the rest of us?
A bullet to the brain.
We have Frank now.
Frank, I don't know if Frank could take on the whole corp. He's powerful, but I don't think he's that powerful.
All right.
Iris raises her hand real quick. I kind of have an idea, but I don't know if it'll work.
What do you got, Iris?
What if I call and ask to meet with her? She has a hit out on me, right? So she'd probably send someone. And then
What?
you guys could just do your thing. She mostly looks at Ray when she says that.
It could work, but that'd be very risky for you. Plus, that might.
She shrugs and goes, "Again, I already have a hit out on me. They know who I am."
Well, they also think you're dead. Remember, we faked your death.
She nods and goes, "Yeah, but a lot of people seem to know me that we've run into. So I don't know how well that faking death thing worked."
Are you sure you don't have some twin sister running around that's causing all this fucking bullshit?
She thinks for a moment, goes, "Well, I did have an extended family, but I don't think, even if I had a cousin, I don't think it would look that much like me."
Well, I mean, if they look similar enough and you put on some makeup, a wig, and some other stuff, then it might
Why would
be
they
possible.
impersonate me?
Maybe they're doing
They
risky
don't give a
business.
shit. I don't know. It's
Just a theory.
She raises an eyebrow.
Okay.
You think an extended family member who I probably haven't met or maybe met once as a kid might have been impersonating me so that I got a hit on me instead of them getting a hit on them?
If they're trying to take down the corp for some reason, then I don't know why they would do that either, though. That'd be a little.
She kind of looks at you and goes, "What kind of family backgrounds do you all come from?"
I don't remember.
The only person, my one family member that I had is gone now, so
Do you think they would have dressed up like you and framed you for a crime?
no.
Mine would.
No, she would not have.
She raises an eyebrow at Tuck.
In fact, I think she'd probably be ashamed of what I've been doing lately, but I have no way to ask her.
Okay, so back to topic. Tuck, you really do not want to hack in or use your credentials, right?
I'm gonna need a minute to. I'll do it. We're running a risk.
No, I'm just asking. Is this something you want to do, or is this something you do not want to do?
My mother's a hell of a hacker. She's not as good as me, but she definitely probably has contingencies already set up that I would need time to get through. If I do it, I need to set up a few things first, so it's not going to be done right now. I need at least a couple hours to set the programs and set up all around the world so that if she does backlog it, I just don't want her finding this place. This is my one sanctuary to get away from my family right now.
Okay, so you could do it. That didn't answer the question of would you do it, though?
I'll do it. Anything to piss off my father.
Okay, that's all we needed to know.
Okay, and I am not even thinking about defrosting that motherfucker over there without Mox being present.
That's fair. We have to open him up at some point.
Iris
I
nods.
don't know how long we'd be
I
able
guess
to
I can
do it.
agree with that. Mox kind of tends to be the voice of reason amongst you.
So anywho. So we got, I think we should probably take a vote on what steps we want to take right now.
Okay.
We could either take the steps for Tuck to start hacking, or we do what Iris said.
I think the safer option would be for Tuck to try hacking, and we can backburner Iris's idea, have it as a backup in case something goes wrong with the hacking.
Yeah, but if we did Tuck's idea first, and then we did Iris's idea, then they're already going to be suspicious of Iris.
Oh, that's true. I didn't think of that. We could flip flop, do Iris's idea first, and then try Tuck's as a backup. But wouldn't they be also on high alert either way?
Well, not any usual than any other fucker.
Hmm.
In the court, yeah, that's fine.
I
I want to
don't-
try Iris' idea. if anything, just to see where the shit show leads us.
Well, we should definitely be there in the meeting spot as backup, at least in case something goes wrong. Because it's already taking too much risks, so we should lessen it as much as possible.
Iris nods and goes, and for the record, I did suggest mine as a plan B. Being the bait wasn't exactly my first choice.
That's fair.
You spoke up. Now it's time to nut up. Welcome to the party.
She looks at Tuck. And you're just gonna safely sit there and not do your part. Okay.
Oh no, I'm gonna be here preparing the hack, because I suspect it's gonna be a shit show. So, you three musketeers, you go have fun. I'm gonna be here. I'll watch the garage while I take care of the hack.
Okay. How do we even possibly set up a meeting with this person, though?
You call her.
Do you have her contact information? I don't have her contact information.
I'm assuming Clay. When I got that info on the directory, I'm assuming all that's on there. Through the corporate, like her office.
It's essentially like your typical business where it doesn't have her number directly, but it has like a generic number to call if you want to speak to them. Most high level employees, even for major businesses, you never get a direct number to them, and that would still be canon.
But not even for me to be able to at least get her extension number where I can.
You would have to hack deeper into it. None of that is public information.
Okay. So yeah, I could provide at least the basics. You can call into switchboard and request to speak with her, or Iris. I mean, if you're growing a set, go full balls to the wall, call her up and say who you are, then this is where you are and that you want to see her.
She nods and goes, that was pretty much the plan, otherwise I wouldn't make good bait. But yeah.
Well, so call the switchboard, not here, out in wherever you're going to go, in a public place, call the switchboard and tell the switchboard who you are and who you wish to speak with. And if they give you any flack, you say, she really wants to speak with me. I promise you, please ask her.
She
see what
nods.
happens.
And then we'll be like, back up. We should probably be like, at least, where should we meet? Should it be like a restaurant or something? Somewhere public, obviously, a cafe.
You want to put innocent people into the crossfires? Okay, I'm good with that.
Well, where else should we go? It has to be somewhere public enough where they won't just black bag Iris, but also private enough where where people won't get hurt in the process.
A theater that's empty.
Does any of us know? Would any of us know any type of place that would be idealistic?
A public place that you'd all be familiar with at least enough would be
at least one of us
would be the STs. The sanctuary towers do scan you when you go in and when you go out. You're normally not able to bring weapons with you. You would have to leave them outside, as hunting and stuff inside the ST is completely illegal. For anyone who doesn't remember, STs are giant looming skyscrapers that act as the only remaining wildlife biomes in this world. They are essentially very complex, environmentally regulated towers. And it's where all of basically the world's air is currently produced.
Okay, that's perfect, because like it's public, but also we can find a private spot somewhere in the woods to talk. Yeah, that'll work. ST. Let's do an ST. Do we have one nearby?
So all of the districts do have an ST. It's how Terror City is specifically designed. And the STs are rumored to all be connected. But whether or not that's true, you're not 100% sure. If it is, it would have to be through the underground networks.
Okay.
But yeah, you guys would easily be able to go to an ST. You do have to pay to get in, though, since it's essentially like going to a national park.
Got it. Is it like expensive or?
Not overly so. It's gonna be 100 Terra points for each of you, or whoever goes in.
We can work with that.
Oh, sorry.
So, are we decided that you are going to, while I stay here and set up the hack?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry.
So,
What's the...
do you head out right away? Is the question.
Do we have anything we want to prepare beforehand?
Well, I also would ask, what time is it in character right now? Because if it's nighttime, we're not going anywhere.
No, the day just started. You guys had just
Okay.
opened up and stuff, so we're talking. It's like 9 a.m. in Terra
Okay.
City.
Well, I'd say we should get going. I already have a massive headache. I already have a massive hangover.
Oh, so you're in a good mood then. Have fun.
Should
All right.
we leave our weapons here, or are we gonna try and sneak them in?
I mean, I technically don't really have weapons, and the ones I do are kind of attached to me, so. Or magical, but.
I think I'm going to try to sneak mine in.
Nurse
Okay.
nods and goes, mind sneaking mine in too, then?
Oh, since I'm already going to be holding it. Since I'm already going to be holding weapons, what's one more?
And so she gives you the necklace that she swings with that has a ring on it.
And a pocket knife.
She actually puts the pocket knife on the counter here. So. But when she sees you
Will
eyeing
it
her,
ding
she
you for
does look
this?
at you. Do you want me to take that too?
Take what?
The pocket knife. I just thought it'd be easier to sneak in one weapon than two.
Why would they ding you for the ring though? It's a necklace.
She raises an eyebrow and goes, "You seriously don't take everything at face value, do you?"
I suppose not.
She takes the necklace, goes over to part of the wall and swings at it, and you watch as it cracks part of the plaster. She goes, "It's not exactly what it seems to be."
Oh, I see. Okay.
Where the fuck have you been hiding that little weapon?
She nods and goes, "Around my neck. I've fought with it a few times. I'm just not very strong."
I see.
No, right. We do need to bulk you up.
She looks at herself. "Bulk me up."
Gym run, baby.
With moose.
That's a side thing though. We should probably get going.
She nods. Okay. So you leave for the Sanctuary Tower. We're gonna do the Sanctuary Tower definitely Theater of the Mind. So you reach the facility. It is massive. It is a skyscraper. Let me move us somewhere. Is this all black? This is all white. That is the opposite of what I was hoping for. Let's do this. Perfection. Loop. Okay. They are massive structures. They reach up as far as you can see. To enter, it just has a little terminal out front, and it just asks for 100 TP.
Swipe.
Swiping your barcodes for Iris, Ray, and Zen. Tuck, of course, left behind at the base. Ray, how are you going to try and smuggle in the weapons? As you are approaching this, there is a scanner inside.
Let's see. What would be a stupid? Crap! My brain dead. What? I'm like, oh yeah, let's think it in, but I didn't think it out.
Hey, but my idea is inappropriate, and I'm not there,
Would
so
you
I'm gonna
would
stay
you
quiet.
would you like to make a messy roll with the suggestion from the DM? Because you do have a cybernetic arm, you could try and cram some of those in there. We rolled a 2. Okay, so as you're trying to find a way to hide the weapons, I would say Iris's necklace is pretty easy to hide. It's so small that you could definitely slip it in something. But with you trying to hide like one of your guns, you can't quite figure out how you would wedge it in there and then safely remove it. So you can either force it and damage the arm, or you can leave the gun behind.
Would I have a compartment?
Not for something like this. The ones that you already have are already full of things too, like your disc
So-
shooters.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, so can you give me another mental picture of like how this scanner area looks?
It is the entire threshold of it. So as you are approaching, there is a thin scanner that is just built right into the door. There's no
Okay.
other entrance except
Things like
possibly
laying around or
breaking a hole in the wall or something extreme, but that would not go over well. So it would have to be in something that is going to mask the scanner or something that would be scan proof.
Pull out the drills. Bzz, bzz.
Can I try to cram it into my leg?
Trying to cram it into your leg.
Wait, no, I don't have a leg.
I was
Not
thinking
Edward,
somewhere else, but never mind.
You try to cram it into your skull, but I don't think that'd go well.
Because I already tried that, and I already tried that.
I will give you another possibility that it is something that could be done. If there were a temporary power outage, obviously this would disable the scanner.
Oh.
Ah!
Blip the system. Blip the system.
So that made me think of another thing. Does my ability to like my shadow availability,
Your new spell.
not my new spell, it's an older one. Basically it puts everything in total darkness. Would that work?
Not with the scanners, because the scanners are going to be designed to do. They're not going to see like the human eye does. You know what I mean? It's going to be like an X-ray scan / metal detector. Like, you know what I mean? It's just going to be several things happening.
Could I make it blink with my electricity? This is literally my ability. I have electricity, so could I short circuit it?
You could definitely do something like that to short circuit it. That's going to be a pretty obvious tamper, though. I'm just going to let you know. So you do run the risk of getting caught.
Oh. Well, you ring up Tuck and ask him to hack it. Why don't we just do that?
Oh, I'm done.
Do you call Tuck?
Ring, ring.
Okay, Tuck, they've been gone for about 10 minutes. Of course, you get called.
Morg, you kill him, we chill him.
Oh, Tuck.
Yes.
Can you cause a mini power blink?
At the tower?
Yes.
I should. Give me a second. So, Clay, I put on the VR to have quicker access to the electrical grid. So that's going to give me my computer, my hacking, and then the +1.
Yep.
So hopefully I do not die on this, because this is gonna suck. Oh, never
Ooh.
mind.
Make
Alright.
one more roll, Tuck.
Okay.
Okay. You've critically succeeded. Tuck, I'm gonna tempt you with something.
Oh, Christ.
I am gonna offer you 20 additional flavor skill points. If we take this in a fun direction. How's that sound?
Wait, I need a coin. I gotta flip for it.
Really?
'Cause I don't
The
know.
free points do nothing for you? That was not
I mean,
bait
come on,
enough?
I know your brain,
3
Clayton. I know
points.
your brain.
I would never do anything totally terrible, not with a 20, but I would do something quite fun.
I would do it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so go ahead and add 20 bonus points to your flavor skills. That's the very top box for you.
So top. So
Mhm.
character sheets, flavor skills.
Yep, and I might make this a recurring thing where I tempt you guys with permanent little additions.
So
for fun
for me,
So whatever your bonus
it's,
says at the top, you're adding 20 to that.
oh, my bonus. Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Yep.
So, all right.
Okay, so Tuck, yeah, you get in there, you immediately shut down the power. However, you were expecting a little more resistance from the grids. You definitely were ready to take on a plethora of firewalls, and what was popping up you just kind of quickly responded to, assuming it was your typical defenses. In fact, you have shut down the tower completely. There is no power at the ST. It is completely offline. Whatever server was connecting you to it is also now shut down. It has become inaccessible. But yes, so the tower has been completely thrown into darkness. As you guys are standing outside of it, and you just hear the as the entire tower just goes black. And Iris,
Waiting for the butt.
Iris stands next to you and goes,
That was not a blink.
She
Oh.
walks in.
Yeah, what the hell?
Too bad we already paid.
Basically, we should have just done this in the beginning.
The inside of the tower is incredibly dark. Are you guys going to use anything for light sources?
I don't need to.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if I have. The only thing I have is magical, and I'm trying to save that, so I guess not.
Iris just pulls out her tablet and tries to shine it in front of her. It works like a crappy glow stick in the dark. The space is just so large, and there's so much going on. And she kind of just stands closer towards Ray and goes, it seems like you can kind of see what's going on, so I'm just going to kind of cling to the back of your shirt.
Oh,
Yeah.
I almost forgot. I still have blowtorch.
Okay, so Ray pulls out the blowtorch. It does illuminate a bit of the area. As you guys are walking through, there are other people at the tower. Currently, everyone is kind of just looking around. You see people trying to pull out devices, trying to turn on some lights. It is an air of tension that does seem to be building, but nothing has like escalated quite yet. Immediately in front of you, there's a directory map that you can see what the different floors of the tower have for biomes. There's all kinds of biomes that you can think of. There's even a floor that supposedly simulates the ocean and has aquatic life.
Ooh, the ocean? Oh, that sounds cool. Oh, I've never seen the sea.
Iris shakes her head and goes, I don't know if that's the best place to have an encounter, though.
Well, then come back. Well, then come back here on your own time.
I'm gonna have to. I want to see it. I want to see a turtle.
Okay. We should we could probably still stick to this floor. Unless you want a little bit more seclusion, but this is pretty public. Oh, this is pretty public.
Yeah, I would
Please?
say this is a little too public. Maybe one of the lower floors. So that
Iris
people-
nods, looking around. You can definitely see that as you guys are talking, some people are coming out of the stairwells as the elevators are not currently working. It does seem like the base floor is becoming a central gathering spot. And as you're looking at the directory, you can see every 5 floors there is like a way station, which is essentially like typical like food court kind of things.
Do we want to go to one of the way stations, or want to go to one of the floors in between?
And the way station will have the same problem as have a lot of people. I think we should probably just go one floor up because we're going to contact a higher an executive, basically an executive. They're not going to want to walk up a shit ton of stairs.
Fair enough. That's true. I think one floor is fine.
Iris checks her device too and goes, question, without the power being on, how are we going to make the call? She shows you her device. It says no service.
Shit.
Damn it, Tuck.
Anyone got a satellite device?
Bitch, did you just blame?
So, so you see Iris looking at the directory, and she goes, I mean, they must have some kind of like emergency station or room, right? Like an emergency line.
Oh, probably. Would there be one? Does this mark it? Can I like look at the map to see if they have a mark for that kind of thing?
Looking at the map, you can see that the 10th floor of the tower does have an emergency station. It's just listed as an emergency center, but there's no real details of what that exactly constitutes.
Okay, so the second way station on the 10th floor has some sort of emergency station. Doesn't say what it is, but it's an emergency station.
You want to walk up 10 flights of stairs?
I mean, I don't know how else we're gonna contact her unless we walk outside and hope that the service out there is working. Or I don't know how far the power outage is.
Do you want to walk outside, Zentara?
Yeah, I'll step outside.
Okay. Zentara takes a quick trip outside and looks around. Zentar, to your immediate horror, it looks like the entire district might be out. Or at least as far as you can see, there is no power.
Oh shit, that's a much bigger issue. Okay. I walk back to my friends. Shit. Okay, so major problem. It seems that most likely the whole district's power is out. So, we might have gotten their attention without even needing to call them.
Okay, Iris. I'm going to make it be your call. You're the one who's sticking the neck out. Do you want to walk all the way up these 10 flights of floors to the emergency thing? Or do we want to try another location?
Iris thinks for a moment and then nods and goes, as much as I don't want to go up 10 flights of stairs, I do think this is probably our best option. Especially with the power outage, we could use that to our advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, I could definitely use the shadows to my advantage. But yeah, okay, fine. Let's go up these 10 fucking flights of stairs.
Up for a hike, let's go.
Okay. So,
get the fuck out of my way, motherfuckers.
There are quite a few people trying to come down as you guys are going up. So in the beginning, it is a little bit like fighting against the sea. No one has fully panicked yet. But I will say, Zentara, after you had walked outside and looked around, several other people began following suit, going outside and checking how far the darkness went. And there's definitely a little bit of a commotion building as you guys head up the stairwell.
Mm-hmm.
So
Fucking touch me and I'll break your arm.
Iris
Alright,
just
right.
kind of flinches.
Not you, the motherfuckers.
So as you continue up the flights of stairs, after the first way station you cross, it doesn't seem that many people are too interested in going all the way down.
Mm-hmm.
So you pretty much can comfortably pass the next 5 floors. When you do
Okay.
reach the way station, it is slammed. There are tons of people there. You can hear people talking, and things are being said such as, "I heard the whole district's out. That can't be true." And you do hear the sounds of smashing glass and see the flashes of flames outside.
Oh no. Oh my god.
As most citizens of Terror City know, even low light hours are dangerous, which is late at night when the power gets halved. To have the district with no power suddenly becoming a dark district, it is just asking for the gangs to roll up, especially so early in the day. There's really nothing else to do.
Oh no. Okay. Where's the emergency station?
So Iris looks at the map again on this floor and goes, I think it's all the way down at the other side of the building. I can't really tell which one we came from.
Alright, we'll just have to walk across until we find it, I guess. Oh my gosh.
Ray's going to do a quick look around just to make sure that we didn't miss it before we move on.
Go ahead and make a roll, Ray. You definitely have the better vision out of the people. So, Ray, as you're looking around, what you're mostly seeing is the growing concern of frightened civilians. The sanctuary towers tend to be a very family-oriented center. It's the only place that most people can take their kids or their loved ones and get away from the city, if you will, considering the whole world is a city. With the flames and the smashing of glass coming outside, you can literally see the expressions on everyone's faces growing more concerned. But it does not seem that you have made it to where you're looking for. This is not the emergency station. It seems to be a normal food court.
Oh, good. We go these.
Okay.
So, pushing your way through the crowds, it's not overly difficult, but you do hear people continue talking as you're passing by. Everything's really gone to shit since Pratt's gone missing. And you make it all the way down to the end. The emergency station does seem to be exactly what it looks like, or what it sounds like. It is a makeshift medical center, and it does have quite a few people in there who got injured on their way in the original blackout. You see a few people being treated for basic bumps and bruises. There is one person laying in the bed unconscious. There are several open beds, but for the most part, it's pretty packed in here.
Any sign of a satellite phone?
Go ahead and make a roll.
Oh, fantastic.
Okay. So, Zentara, as you are peering around in the dark, trying to see if there's anything beyond the bodies and the commotion, you don't see a phone being used or anyone with a device that seems to have a connection to the outside. What you are mostly focused on are the amount of injuries that these people have, and you know it was your idea to ask Tuck to turn on the power. A very strong, overwhelming sense of guilt is building within you. Ray, however, you have night vision. Would you like to roll and see?
Yep.
Okay, so Ray, as you're looking around the room, there is the commotion, the hubbub of people being busy and whatnot. But what you do notice is you see a nurse all the way in the back talking on one of the tablets that's attached to the wall, and then quickly moving to another screen and doing different things. So she definitely seems to have a communication line to the outside.
I like tap Iris's shoulder and point towards in the direction.
She tries looking, you watch her squint, and she goes, "What am I looking at? Are you pointing towards the light?"
Yeah, it's a screen. The nurse just used it to contact somebody outside out of this area.
She nods and goes, "Okay, perfect. So, how are we gonna take it, I guess, or borrow it?"
Well, it looks like it's in the wall.
She
Miss-
squints and goes, "Okay, but like, are they not using it right now? Can we just go over and
Oh,
help
no,
ourselves?"
nobody. I mean, it looks like there's nobody at it right now. She moved onto another screen.
So she nods and goes, "Okay, lead the way."
Okay. Ray just walks in like she's supposed to be there and just doesn't give a fuck.
Yep. So there is a couple glances from the nurses as you moving through the room, especially since you're moving with such purpose and you're not stumbling. Um, they're a little too busy with everything going on, so they don't pay too much mind, but there is that half-second stare, and then they go back to doing what they're doing. As you reach the tablet, of course, and Iris stands there in front of it and begins trying to dial out, um, you do hear the nurse from behind go, "Excuse me, what are you doing?" And Iris just kind of freezes and looks at you.
Trying to call someone to get the power back up.
Iris nods and goes, yeah, we're with the local energy source company and trying to make sure that everything is gonna be up and running as fast as possible, but we need more help." And she just continues to hit buttons on the screen. Ray, go ahead and roll for charisma against the nurse. Okay, so she looks at you, she kind of side eyes Iris, and then nods and goes, "Sure," and just looks around and goes, "Well, obviously you can see we're busy, so hurry up and make your call and get everything working as soon as possible." And she goes off to help another person.
While they're doing that, is there any way I can try helping?
How are you gonna help?
Well, I'm a caretaker bot, so would I have like my minor injury medical training?
Well, you're a care bot, you're not necessarily a medical bot. So think of it like you could do basic things. I mean, you know how to like read a label and add a bandage or clean a wound, but other than that, you have no medical training or anything like that. That's not your thing.
Okay, but like the bare bones basic stuff that like is busy work I could help with, right?
Theoretically, yes, is what I'm gonna say.
Okay, can I try?
So you're just gonna like grab onto somebody and start treating them?
No, I'll like I can ask the nurse if like they need help with some stuff. Like I can do the bare basics, like you said, like the bandage or whatever.
Okay, so go ahead and role play it.
Okay. One of the locals was like, do you need help? I could do like bare basics, like bandage or cleaning, if you just to lighten it a bit. Since there's
He
a lot of people.
raises an eye and looks at you and goes, "Do you have medical training?"
Not deep medical training, but like I said, I could do bare basics, like cleaning a wound or putting on a bandage.
He looks at you and shakes his head and goes, "Yeah, not under my license, you're not. You're more than welcome to go out into the hallway and make sure that anyone who's having trouble finding us finds us. But try not to treat anyone, please, especially if you have no training."
Okay, I can do that. I'll walk out to the hall and direct people towards the medical tent.
So as this is happening, Iris calls into the directory that you guys had been given before, and she goes through the automated process and finally speaks to someone and goes, "Hello, my name is Iris Peters. I was just calling to speak with Heather Frost." And you watch as there's a little back and forth, and she nods and goes, "Yeah, no, she really does want to talk to me. She put a bounty on me."
Oh my god.
You hear just a slight raised voice on the other end of the phone, Ray. You can't make out what it's saying in response. And Iris goes, "Yeah, no, I know. It sounds ridiculous, but it's the truth. If you reach out and tell Heather Frost, she'll definitely know what we're talking about. Can you let her know that I'm at the ST with the blackout right now? And she can meet me on the 10th floor. Yeah, oh, of course, I can wait." And she turns to you and goes, "She asked me to not hang up and just wait on the line."
He's trying to trace the call. It's okay. Keep it on.
She nods and goes, "Oh, okay, so let them trace it." So then, of course, you hear the voice talk again. You can't make out what it's saying. She goes, were you able to trace the call? Awesome. So you know I'm telling the truth? Wonderful. Okay, well, we'll be here. Oh, they want to meet on the 11th floor? She
The
just...
civilians, it could be to our advantage, but close enough to other civilians that we can't cause a big ruckus.
Yeah, okay, sure, we'll meet you up there. All right, we're going up on the... I think we're on the east side of the building, right? You are on the east side.
Yeah.
She nods. Okay, come to the east side of the building and go up to the 11th floor. Yep, we'll be waiting for you there. Okay, thank you. Shanksome goes, "She was so nice."
It's a job.
She nods.
Okay, now let's leave.
She follows you out. You stand out in the hall and you see Zentara trying to direct people in. Zentara, go ahead and roll a d20.
Oh boy, here we go. Not great. Not great.
Zentara, you might be being led more by the guilt than anything else. And so, literally, as Ray and Iris step out, Zentara is just out in the hall screaming, "If you need medical attention, this is the room!" And she's just shouting things like that over and over. You do hear a gentleman down the hall scream, "Shut up!" And Iris just comes out and goes, "We made the call."
Oh, fantastic. Is there anything I can use to make a sign or something?
No, not around you.
Oh, can I put up a temporary lamp? Because I have a... Hold on. I have... that might be too obvious, but like I have a spell that like makes it make a...
So you're gonna transform in the hallway and cast some magic in the middle of this crisis building?
No, never mind.
Are you sure? Because you can totally do it.
No, never mind. I don't even know how I could...
Iris continues, "We're supposed to meet up on the 11th floor."
Yeah, you do what you want to do if you want to stay here, but we're going to 11th floor, so...
But like...
Are you waiting or are you going with them?
I'll wait for a moment.
Okay, Zentara stays behind. So, Ray, you and Iris go up to the 11th floor. It is a forest biome as soon as you approach it. Iris, of course, is looking around and looks back at you and goes, "I don't know about you, but this is a lot creepier when it's dark in here."
I oddly feel quite at home.
She makes a face at you. Do you think we should wait nearby? Should we ambush them? Are we gonna wait for them to ambush us? Me, I guess?
Oh, we should totally set up ambush. I fully intend of climbing one of these trees.
She
You,
looks up into the
as bait.
darkness.
You, as bait, can't be up in a tree.
She kind of looks around and she finds a stump and sits on it. It's in direct eyesight of the stairwell. And she goes, "I guess I could sit here and just, like, flash my tablet?"
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good. Oh, here's your necklace back. I forgot to give that back earlier.
And she takes it.
You might need it.
"Thank you. Hopefully not, because you're gonna intervene, but okay."
I'm going to be up in the tree. I mean, I know I have good aim, but it's always good to have backup.
She nods. Do you climb the tree?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Okay, go ahead and roll to climb that tree. Okay, so you say that you are in your element, and as you climb that tree, she just watches you go up into the branches, and from below you just hear her, and she goes, "What?" as you make your way up. How high up the tree do you go? Because I'm gonna let you choose.
So I'm only gonna go just enough so that I'm like in the foliage. I mean, pretty much wears a bunch of dark clothing anyway, so it shouldn't be too so even if someone brings
So
light
kind of like the
it,
second set of branches, so that way you're like a little obscured, but not too obscured. Okay.
Yeah, I'll still have a good vantage of where everything not have.
Yeah, easily. Yep. Okay. So you're hiding up in a tree. Iris is sitting, being delicious bait. Zentara, you're downstairs. The commotion is building. People are getting very upset with the way things are. And you're watching as just the flames outside of the building are becoming more plentiful. And go ahead and just roll a d20 real quick.
Come on, die. Hello? Die. Oh, there it goes. Well, neither of those are good, but the 9 rolled first.
Since you rolled multiple times, I'm going to help myself, I think, to that delicious nat 1, ma'am. I really want it though, especially
Please
right
don't.
now. So
Please
as you are standing in the hall and the commotion is brewing and building, it is at this point that you hear the shattering glass and the screams of people from down the hall. As you make an approach in response, you immediately hear people screaming, "They're firing at us!" And there are 6 bodies on the ground at least that you can see that have been shot. Whether they are dead, you are unsure, but the window is most certainly blown out where you are.
Fuck. Okay. Oh. Okay. Fuck it. I'm gonna change and throw up an electric wall on the window.
Okay, go ahead and transform in front of everyone, please.
I literally don't know what else to do. I'm
Transform,
panicking.
I want your line, please.
Okay, hold on. Where's my thing? Okay. Protect the life of gain those around me. My shield never break.
Okay, so you transform. Several people scream louder as you transform. And you notice, especially in the pitch black atmosphere you're in, that as you do transform and the lightning begins crackling from your body, that you illuminate the area and you are there levitating over the ground as you transform, just surrounded in a swath of electricity. Everyone's eyes are on you. Zentara, right. If there was any hope of ever keeping that you're a magical being a secret, that shit is out the window.
Fair enough.
Okay.
All right, like I said, I'll put the electric wall over the window because, like, any melee attack will bounce back, basically.
Okay, go ahead and just cast your spell. Okay, so Zentara throws up an electric barrier just in the nick of time as you hear the next round of firing come upon the building. The windows to the sides of what you have protected explode open, but the one that you have covered remains intact. The shield does flicker and flash under the attacks. People are screaming still and huddled, but they are looking in your direction, half of them staring in awe, half of them staring in horror.
Okay, I'm turning to people and saying, okay, everyone back away from the windows, get as far away from them as possible. We need to get away from here. Anyone who could carry someone, please do.
One of the men shakes his head and goes, "Where are we supposed to go? The whole
the medical tent will be protection for now. We need to just get away from the windows.
Okay, so you have everyone hoarding down to the end of the hall. All right, so the people begin mobilizing. They're all packing down at the end of the hall. At this point, there is another wave of fire. Zentara, you're going to have to roll a plot die to see if you can withstand the attack or if your shield's going to crack. Okay, so the ricochet of bullets against your shield aren't able to break through just yet. However, you know that if you do not refortify this spell, it's going to go down soon.
Okay. Can I like find someone who looks leader-like and tell them to direct people while I try to
Right now, everyone's kind of screaming in chaos. Yeah, and like we're not going to imitate the sounds, but just imagine like mob screaming panic, and that's what you have because people are being shot at. There are people on the ground. You morphed into a magical creature. Now we're throwing up lightning barriers while everyone's being shot at. Yeah, it's like Trample City is what's about to happen. So
Okay. No, I need to try and like calm and focus people and get them directed. The shield will have to wait for the moment. I'll have to redo it because like otherwise people are just gonna get stuck.
Okay, so you're heading down the hall with the people and trying to
direct. Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead and give your little speech. How are you going to calm them?
I'm like, okay, I know this is scary, but we need to stay calm and not and stay organized. Try and stay close to people and head down the hall towards medical tent, and please try not to panic. I understand this is scary, but we need to stay calm.
Roll.
I'm like basically directing them.
It's going to be a charisma. What is your charisma score?
12.
Okay. So you give your speech, your commands. As I said earlier, half the people were staring at you in awe. Those people seem to be more receptive to what you're saying. And it is enough people where they are able to kind of help diffuse the crowd from becoming a complete mob. With the sheer amount of people that you have funneled to this end of the building, the hall is packed. They can't get any closer to the med center than they can. There's literally no way for you to get to the door to the 11th floor. You are trapped on the let's say the bad side of the hallway, since literally everyone's trying to avoid the bullets.
How many windows are in this area?
In the hall that you're in, luckily there's not any down the way you are. So
okay. All right, this is a safe area for the moment. There's no windows, so we need to organize ourselves into groups and like we need to organize ourselves into groups to figure out a way to keep people calm and stay here for the moment. Shoot, okay. I'm freaking out right now.
So why? There's nothing wrong with this. There's nothing's going wrong here. So
I'm not leadership material. I'm internally panicking.
Courtney looks like she could pass out. Yes. So of course, to escalate things and have a great time, it is at this point that Zen, from the opposite end of the hall, you hear a subtle yet very familiar sound, something that you're pretty sure you've heard around Ray once or twice, and it sounds like metal clanking and coming to a close.
Does someone have cybernetic parts?
Are you looking around you in the hall? Because it's coming from the opposite direction where the gunfire was.
The opposite direction. Okay, I'm gonna look down that way and figure out what's going on.
Are you approaching, or are you staying where you are?
I will get closer, but not too far off.
Okay. So as you are approaching, go ahead and make a plot roll, because you're gonna see if you can make it out with your not night vision.
Nope.
Okay. So it's still dark. There are the bodies that are by the windows as well, which isn't overly helpful. What you do notice at this point too is that one of those bodies is now crawling and trying to drag itself across the floor. So at least one of those people are alive. And as you are watching, you are hearing this sound you would be familiar with from the workshop. You're hearing cable re-rolling.
Shit, are they trying to climb up the side? Oh fuck. Okay, hold on. Okay. Think. Mm, mm.
5,
Shit.
4.
Okay, I'm gonna like put a wall behind me instead. I'm gonna move a wall behind me so that the people are protected, so I
Okay.
can face whoever's coming up.
So you, the critically wounded person, are now trapped on the side with the incoming possible invaders. Okay. Are you taking your mana costs?
Yes.
Okay.
I move the walls. I need
Okay. So, of
breathe.
course, at this point, you are correct in your assumption. It seems that these gang members who are now coming through the side of the building were using grappling hooks to climb up. And what you are witnessing is that there are more of them going to higher floors. They are passing by on the windows that have not been destroyed yet. It seems they're taking the opportunity to see what they can get from inside the tower.
Okay.
3 men
Alright.
have entered the building on your level, and they
Damn
have
it.
pulled themselves in.
Okay. Alright. I'm gonna.
And Chuck, just to cut to you real quick, while you are sitting at home and you're enjoying yourself, you do get a little news alert about the district and whatnot and what's going on. And you are watching as people are recording the assault on the sanctuary tower as well as other nearby buildings in the district.
Horrible that I enjoy it.
Yeah. The Tuck makes popcorn.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm probably going to try to mess with anyone coming their way, though. Like, is there anything I can jam their communications? Because I want to have fun with this.
So you could jam the broadcast that's going out right now, but the whole facility is completely inaccessible. So the only line that is even working there is the secure line, which you can't even access from where you are. So, for all intents and purposes, the sanctuary tower is a dead zone.
Yeah. Well, I'm just gonna go get some more popcorn.
Okay, so
Nothing I can do.
Tuck sits back watching the news as everything unfolds. Okay.
May the odds forever be in your favor.
Thanks.
Okay. So, Zentara, you do have the 3 men across from you.
Okay. If I manifest my whip, will that de-manifest my wall?
It's going to put a strain on you. That's what we're gonna say.
Okay.
So you're gonna roll to see if you can maintain both.
Can I just shoot T-plates instead?
That's probably a better life choice. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna fire T-plates at them.
Okay, so you choose like the biggest one and just fire T-plates.
Yeah.
Okay.
Smack them in the face.
So the T-plates go flying down the hall. They don't smack them directly in the face. You do land the hits though. I mean, they're a large target to begin with. As the plates are shattering against them, of course, you do hear the person who's crawling on the ground whimpering as literal shards of these plates are falling on the floor all around them. And they are dragging themselves through the broken glass and your shards now. Their bleeding has gone from moderate to heavy, as you might imagine.
Okay.
One of the one of the gangsters who have come in and now sees the guy and hears him, does pull out a gun and goes to fire at him.
Okay. Hold on. Can I use my what was it? Oh, I don't know if I'm close enough because like I have that caretaker thing where I can like jump and take a hit for an ally.
Given your spacing, you did half approach. I would say that it's feasible that you could get close enough.
All right, I'm gonna do that then. I'm gonna basically just gonna like leap in front of the gun to protect the person.
Okay, so you're gonna take the bullet. Okay, so the bullet, of course, collides. You're just gonna take 60 damage from the attack. The person on the ground now crawling past you. They're moving slower than they were before, of course, and you do hear people from behind the electric barrier start screaming, and a woman goes, "Oh my god, he's still alive!" And so people are now like, they look like they may or may not try to riot against your electric shield. Is what's happening from behind.
Can I turn and try to tell them the stairs? Like,
Draw your attention away from the attackers. Go ahead.
oh my god! I like turn. I'm like, no, stay here. I got this. Stay there. I got this.
Okay, another one's gonna shoot you while you're talking to them.
Fair enough.
Okay, that one misses. It does not connect with the barrier either. It just straight up misses. So you're lucky as that bullet whizzes by. The guy that you had struck, he pulls out a large mace-looking weapon and begins approaching towards you.
Oh, fun. Okay. Is there? I'm not very strong. I don't know if I'd be able to do this. Can I? Okay. Can I try and pick up the wounded person and like have them carry them princess style towards the electric wall?
You're grabbing that and running for the wall. That's your plan. Okay, so you pick them up. You go running to the wall. That's gonna leave you exposed at least to the gunners.
Fair. I just want to get them out.
Yeah. So both of them are firing. Both attacks land. So that's gonna be 60 damage apiece. So that's 120.
Ouchie, ouchie, but we're still alive.
Okay, so you reach your electric wall. The man with the mace is in hot pursuit, but he has not reached you yet.
Alright, I'm gonna. I assume the magic will just let me through, so I'm going to slip him through the wall so he's protected, then turn and face the mace guy.
I'm afraid I'm gonna have to veto that because you do not
really?
you do not have any add-on to that spell that lets you pass allies through it.
Shit.
So
okay,
that is a physical wall. You would literally be electrocuting this guy to death if you did that.
No, okay. How
Which
tall
I would
is it?
let you do for the meme, but I will not make you murder him.
How tall is it?
How tall is the barrier?
Yes.
The hall is like a standard hallway, so it's like 7 to 8 feet high. And I'm fine with your barrier being that tall as well, because that's kind of the standard size of an obstacle you're gonna want. Because if it's any shorter, people are gonna be able to pull themselves up over it. So I would say if you want to put that in your skill ability too, that your wall is up to 8 feet high, you can put that.
Okay.
Because otherwise people could just grab onto the side, get electrocuted, and pull themselves over. You know what I mean? Or like throw a blanket over it.
All right. Basically, okay. I'm gonna lay this guy down in front of the wall since I can't put him through, and then I'm gonna basically turn around and charge toward the mace guy and face him head on.
Okay, so you are going to enter a brawl with the big dude. Okay, go ahead and make your plot roll.
It's not gonna go well.
Okay, so the two of you collide. He is a brick shithouse as he is holding that heavy mace. When he sees you just rush at him, he doesn't go to engage you in a grapple. He instead just stands ready and swings and crashes into you with that mace and sends you sailing across the room.
Fuck, okay. His attention's on me, right?
Yeah, for the most part. That's definitely gonna be, I don't know how you're doing health-wise, because it's gonna hurt. I think you're in trouble.
Probably. Probably.
Okay, so, that's gonna be 80 damage.
Oh no, oh,
Yeah,
I'm screwed.
with that mace. Yeah, I'm assuming you're going down.
No, I'm very wounded though.
Oh, you're alive. Okay, that's a positive. I thought you were dead. Okay.
No, not yet.
So you're hanging on by a thread. You've crashed into a wall. It's very clear at this moment with the amount of damage you've taken that you are in fact an android. You are sparking, sputtering. I would even say that half of your face is exposed with mechanical goodness. So
Okay, I think.
So what are you doing, Terminator?
I don't know what to do. I'm gonna go down, and I can't.
Oop.
I got you, Courtney.
Yep, Rogue has restored you. You have gained a 100 HP, 60 MP, and
Oh,
20
thank
MC.
you. You blessed soul. Thank you. Oh my god.
So maybe
Rogue, you made her less gooey.
yeah, maybe your face isn't fully exposed, but you're sparking.
Okay, I'm sorry. 100 HP, 100 MP, 20 MC.
That's 100 HP, 60 MP, and 20 MC.
Okay.
It's right in the little cash up cheat sheet.
Oh yes. Okay. All right. We have more options now. Hold on. Okay. Mm. Oh.
Oh my god, what a cute little emo.
That is a cute little emo, isn't it? I was looking at it, I was like, it's giving me life.
Okay.
Courtney, don't die.
I'm trying. I'm trying. Okay, I'm gonna. I'm gonna. Sorry, hold on, my brain. Okay. All right. I'm going to use a spark of health on myself so I can restore some HP for a minute. Oh,
Okay. So
do I need to? That's a yeah.
it's a spell, so you have to roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So you
So
heal
that's-
yourself further.
Yep. Okay. Oh my god, I'm freaking out here. Okay.
Okay. So the man up against the electric wall is literally just, he's got himself dragged there and he's just palming it, trying to get through. Of course, people on the other side are still getting rowdy, and one of the men goes, I think we should break down the wall and pull him through. And you can just see as people are like scrambling over there and arguing with each other. I'm gonna do a rolling around to see what that resolves.
Please no. If they break the wall, then they'll be in danger.
So
Oh.
of course there are the two gunners. Since you had been smashed into the wall, their attention is definitely on that thunder barrier you have. So they are attacking it. It is the first time it has been hit, so the barrier is holding. It's just going to be like the other round that we had. It is stopping their assault. The guy with the heavy mace is turned to your direction. He's had his eyes on you the whole time and has watched you heal, and he looks and goes, "What the fuck are you?"
A person. Okay.
What are you doing, Zen?
Can I fire a T-plate at the gunners to try and get their attention on me and off the barrier?
You can. You can shoot one of them. You don't have an AoE, do you?
No, not yet.
So you're single targeting.
Yeah, I'm single targeting one of the gunners. Basically, be like, "Hey!"
Okay. Okay. So T-plates collide with one of the gunners. He staggers, looks in your direction, and you can see the confusion on his face, even through the dark.
Why is he confused?
Because if you were human, you'd probably be dead by now.
Probably.
Okay. So the guy with the heavy mace is attacking you.
Okay.
He whiffs, so as he swings at you, you are able to get out of the way. You've maneuvered yourself out of the corner because you were basically trapped at this point.
Is he closer to the open window?
So he's not closer to the open window. The gunners are still in front of the open windows, though.
Oh, they are? Okay. Crazy idea. Can I charge one of the gunners and try to shove them out the window by taking them by surprise?
Yeah, so you can try and do a tackle, essentially. Do you have any underground fighting? That flavor skill would help you out here if you do. If not, then it's just a base roll. He's gonna obviously roll against you because he's going to try and not get thrown out a fucking 10-story window. So go ahead and make your roll. Yeah.
Plot, I assume?
It's a plot roll, yeah, because you're trying to tackle him out the window.
Could be worse.
Okay,
Hey.
So you collide with the gunner, and there is a look of complete shock and horror as this is the one that you had shot, as he realizes he is now sailing out of a 10-story window, and you just hear the scream as he falls to the ground and the drowned out thud of the cries below you.
Okay.
Okay, so the other gunner is going to shoot at you, of course, because you're now the biggest threat.
Valid.
Yep, okay, so that's going to be 60 damage. He does land the hit. And the big guy in the corner is now making his way back to you, but he's not as quick as you are, so it's going to be your turn. Oh, actually, hold on. I have to roll a d20 for the bullshit. Okay, so you hear the arguing of people behind, and another person screaming, going, "If you break the barrier, they'll be able to get in!" And everyone kind of just comes to a stalemate behind the electric barrier. So they opt not to destroy your barrier.
Okay. Oh, no. Okay. I know it's probably not gonna work as well, but I'm basically gonna try and do the same thing to the other gunner and just get him out the window.
Hashtag murder another. Okay, so you're just trying to whip this guy out the window. Okay, go ahead. It's gonna do the same thing.
Oh, that's much worse. This one's not gonna go as well.
Oof.
Oh, it's high.
Oof. Ooh, it's contested. Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh,
Okay.
I'm gonna do a poll in chat.
Oh.
I'm gonna literally let chat decide your fate.
Oh no. Please don't kill me.
And I'm going to allow additional votes.
Oh no.
I'm only doing a 3-minute duration.
Oh, no.
Who goes out the window? Courtney, the gunner, both of them.
I didn't think of that. Oh no. Please, friends, help me.
She'll be free falling. So far, it's got 9 votes for both of them, 10 votes. People are loving the idea of you and them going out the window.
Please, no. What about the big bulky guy? We'll be in danger.
Yeah, the big bulky guy will still be up there, so. Oop, someone's voting against. They're using the gunner. Hands where I can see him, Mr. Bear. I feel like you'd be spending points.
My hands are here. I'm not voting for anything either.
And mine are up as well. It's 7 for the gunner, 8 for the gunner, 10 for both of you, 9 for the gunner, 10 for both of you.
Please.
I don't know, both of you going out the window could be kind of funny.
It'd be funny, but it'd be dangerous. Please, friends, I want to see people.
It'd be dangerous. Not sure what happened, zoned out, missing an option for the enemy. Oh, got you. So did you want to use those bits to increase Courtney's roll and bypass this? Or because basically Courtney's trying to knock this other guy out the window and they equaled in their rolls. And so right now it's either going to be Courtney going out, the gunner going out, or both of them going out. And that's what people are voting on in chat. Yes, so you want to increase her roll. Okay, so then stop voting. Because it's irrelevant. So there is a struggle, Zen, as you are there deadlocked with this guy, the both of you starting to edge and slip out the window. And as you are literally looking at each other, you just suddenly have the urge to headbutt. You panic and just think to yourself, what would Ray do? And you bash your face into his own and knock him out the window. And you hear him scream, fall, and splat as there are more cries below. And you hear someone go, "Oh my god, a second guy!"
Oh my god.
So, at this point, Zentara, the big guy is swinging at you.
Fair enough.
Okay, he collides with you. That's the 80 damage.
Okay. Math. Okay. Not great, but we have another 40 health incoming, so we're
Oh,
alright.
Fucking Bearsy contributed 1,800 channel points. He was trying to throw your ass out a window.
You
He
motherfucker!
was.
You
How do you gotta blow up my spot, you bitch?
Anyway, so what are you doing, Zen?
I'm basically just trying to get out of that goddamn corner away from the window. I'm just gonna zip around behind him and like try to T-plate him.
Okay, so you're trying to run around him and T-plate him at the same time?
Oh, run behind him and then try to T-plate him. Or is that not? Can I not do both?
I mean, you can do both, but I'm gonna make you do a plot roll. Because you're doing multiple actions, you're gonna be running and you're gonna be trying to fire at him at the same time as you're maneuvering around him. And you're within melee range, so he's gonna definitely try and grab onto you.
Can I just try and dodge instead? Cut the T-plate.
Yeah, that's gonna reduce the difficulty by a lot. So go ahead and just roll your d20 as you're trying to get away from him. And you are faster than him, so I'll give you a +2. 10s are dead to us, reroll that.
Hey! Oh my god!
Okay, oof. Oof, with the 20. Okay, so Zen, there's literally this moment where you are staring him down and he is coming to grab you. And as you are just edged so close to that window, you wait for him to swing and you grab onto him and shove him and use his own body weight to throw him out the window. Zen, because of that, I will also, for the fun, I will award you the 20 bonus flavor skill points, and you can give yourself a rank in underground fighting.
Yes.
Okay. So, that's Zen's adventures, and of course, after this happens and everyone is currently safe and it doesn't seem that there are more people trying to break into your floor, you are drained, exhausted, and collapse as the electric barrier drops and people go running to your aid and the aid of the man bleeding on the ground. So, Ray, up on the 11th floor, it has been 15-20 minutes about since you guys have reached here, and of course you hear the sound of footsteps coming up. What surprises you is they aren't coming from the stairwell that they were told to. In fact, they've purposely come from the opposite direction. And you watch as Iris jumps up as they startle her from behind. There are 3 men there. And there is also a woman who seems to be leading them. And she goes, "That's the target, grab her." And Iris just kind of flinches as they start approaching her, and she pulls out the necklace. What are you doing?
Positioning. How close are they?
They're definitely within range to shoot at for sure. So essentially where Iris is probably about 10 feet from you, sitting on a stump. You guys were expecting them to come from her left, but they came from her right, which was essentially behind her. So she was facing the stairwell that you assumed they would come from.
Mm-hmm. So, can I climb, like, acrobatics across the trees and then jump down behind the woman?
Yeah, you can totally make a roll for that. Do you have anything that would give you an advantage for this? Not that it looks like you're going to need it. Just anything that you think would be applicable to running through trees and jumping to the ground.
I have rank 2 in athletics.
Athletics is the core skill, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can't give anything for the core skill, but that's okay though. You don't really need it anyway. The real question is, are you transforming before you do this? That's the critical question. Are you going to jump down in magical form, or are you going to be?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Sorry, brain just caught up with everything.
Yeah.
Ha.
So go ahead and transform before you do this.
So I whisper under my breath, "Let's dance in the dark."
Okay.
And
as you go leaping through the trees, there's just the small rustle. They don't seem to pay much attention to it, as again, it is the Sanctuary Tower, the few places that animals do exist. It's not until you land behind her that the woman immediately goes to turn.
Wait. can I also use quiet landing, or did I miss my
You can use that
opportunity?
right now if you want to pay for it.
I will want to pay for it.
Okay.
So let's. So I need to take. It's 10 MC for. Is it for
Every
transforming?
round that you're in it. So you don't pay for it the first round, basically. You pay for it on the next.
Okay.
So.
And then it's. Okay.
Okay. So you land behind her. She almost starts to turn and look, but then stays focused on Iris. Iris is going to be, well, one of the guys is definitely going to try and grab her. And Iris is going to roll against him. Okay, so surprising no one. The guy grabs Iris. She screams. She is like princess daintily faints into his arms, basically, as he's trying to abduct her. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Iris.
As she struggles against him, but she just does not have that upper body strength. And the other two men are just standing there waiting to see if he needs help. What are you doing, Ray?
So I'm going to take my gun and I'm going to put it to, and I'm going to basically wrap my arms around and like put the gun up to her temple.
Mm-hmm. So you immediately succeed. She can't defend against it. She doesn't even know you're there. And when you do wrap your arm around her neck and the gun comes up, you do hear the as it seems she has been in similar scenarios before. Stop. What do you want? She tries to look at you but can't.
Well, I just want you to let go with my friend over there and answer some questions.
So she deep sighs again and goes, release the girl for now. The guy lets go of Iris, and Iris takes a swing at him for free. She whiffs, of course, though, as she tries.
Oh,
So
no.
canon, though. So canon.
Oh, poor Iris.
Okay.
Even Ray last. So, are you the lovely woman who put the hit on this one?
She smiles and goes, you don't think I'm just going to give you information for free, do you?
I mean, you do if you don't want a bullet in your head.
Go ahead,
Maybe
shoot
at
me.
the
You'll
end of
have
this-
no answers.
Well, okay. Well, let's rephrase this. Maybe you will if you actually want to walk away from this encounter.
She thinks for a moment and goes, I don't know. It seems like you really don't even know who you're dealing with yet, so I think I have the upper hand here. How about you pull that gun away and we can talk for a moment?
I put gun away. I drop my gun. I put my gun away. They put their weapons down and back away from her.
She looks at them and nods and goes, put away your weapons. They reluctantly sheath their guns. And she looks at you. Your turn.
She slowly holsters the weapon.
And the arm. You release her. She takes a step away from you. She turns and goes, now, what exactly did you want?
I want to know who has the hit on her.
She smiles and goes, you know who has the hit on her? She called in. Heather Frost has a hit on her.
I want to know why they have a hit on her.
She smiles and goes, do you really think they give me that much information?
Do you really think I'm that stupid to not think that you have even an inkling of idea?
She smiles. Go ahead and make a roll. Okay, I'm also going to make a roll real quick. Oh, perfection. Okay, so as you are standing there, she whips her gun out. You whip your gun out. The both of you are just standing there pointing at each other. And she heads to toes you and she goes, what's your name?
Call me the Reaper. What's yours?
She smiles and goes, Angel of Death, of course.
Can I make a roll to know if
You may
if
make
I
a
have...
roll to know. Okay. You are familiar with her. She is a morally gray hire for sure. She takes jobs that a lot of people will pass on, but she does not take just mass execution jobs. She avoids any kind of propaganda work and things like that. As you are looking at her and that recognition sparks in your eyes, you can see that the same for her. She's apparently aware of who you are as well.
Well, isn't this an interesting turn of events?
She nods. It's only going to be interesting when one of us gets to walk away and share the story.
True. Very true. Is there anything that you would tell me?
She thinks for a moment and goes, well, that bitch Heather and I aren't really close to begin with, so sure, I'll give you one thing for free. What do you want?
Give me an approximate location in hierarchy of who set up this hit. If you can't directly say who did it, who not the hit, who the why the hit. I don't. Jesus Christ.
The why. The why.
The why.
She nods and goes,
The why.
it seems your little friend Iris made a appearance at Heather's job and some information went missing. Since she was the only one recorded on the cameras, it seems she's the only one guilty. She, of course, glances at Iris and rolls her eyes and goes, but of course, anyone with eyes and half a brain could tell you that she clearly is not capable of such a thing.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't get
Must be
paid to correct them.
Yeah. I know, you just get paid for the result.
She nods.
Mm-hmm. Hold on, making notes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So,
My turn for a quick question.
sure.
He responds and goes, is it true you don't remember your past?
Not one fucking bit.
She smiles at you. And you just trusted what the Resistance told you, huh?
What else did I have? There's nothing else that they could do.
She nods.
I had no prior basis for what to trust or not trust resistance.
She smiles. Maybe. But you did lead them after all.
I
So-
realized
Deep down, did you actually trust them? Ray, at this point, there is a chill. The words that she speaks, you don't know why, but internally you are ice cold. Anyways, fun as this has been, there can only be one head bitch in charge, so how about, you let me have the girl and I give you a 3-second head start.
How about you let me leave with the girl and I'll only lightly maim you?
She smiles, laughs, and goes, yeah, I guess I'm bored now too. You are in combat, Ray. Both of you have your guns fixated on each other. Are you firing at her? 5,
Yeah,
4.
fuck it.
Okay. Smart choice. She's also firing at you. Okay. So both of your bullets land square in the shoulder of each other. You're gonna go ahead and you're gonna take 50 damage from her attack. As she recoils, she turns to the others and goes, "Grab the girl!" And the men make their move on Iris. So the first one's gonna try and grab her again.
Dodge,
Oh, and I'm
Iris,
guessing
dodge.
that's when I take out my MC.
Yeah, it's gonna start now.
So for Iris or the guy?
That was for the guy. He had to reroll.
Damn it.
So this is gonna be foes don't miss. Oh no.
Oh.
Okay, so the guy grabs Iris. She goes to struggle against one of the other men, just takes his hand and chops her in the neck, knocking her out. And the other dude grabs her legs. So two of the men have her. One of the guys is standing there. And of course, Angel of Death smiles at you and goes, "Not going as you planned, is it?" And she fires. She's going to hit you for that 50 damage, and you can choose what you want to do next.
I am going to do math first.
Ray's like, "Son of a bitch."
And then I am going to decide which attack I am going to do, which spell I'm going to do next. And I shall do. How close is?
You and Angel of Death,
Uh-huh.
you're like 6 feet from each other.
So is that within a king's move?
Yeah, I would say that.
Okay,
Mhm.
combat defense. Summon 3 commas to defend technically myself.
And so, do you want to explain?
Okay, so when an enemy is within king's move of the ally that's being protected, one of the commas will launch at the target, dealing 20 damage per 5 intellect.
Okay.
Last 3 turns or until all 3 commas are used.
Okay. See, Slasher, what's your intelligence? Does it
My
have any
intelligence
scaling?
Is an 11. It's just with the int. So, what?
That's for every 5, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you hit her for 40.
Mine's 11.
Yep. Okay. So it goes slashing into her. She looks back at you and glares. "Fancy trick." And she turns to the other two. "Take the girl down the stairs. I got this one." And 2 guys go to leave with Iris. They're just making their way to the door. The other guy is also going to intervene. He's going to attack you. Actually, he's going to try to grapple you.
Those one.
Oof.
Oh.
Oof. Roll against him. May the odds be ever in your favor. 10s are dead to us. A 2. Okay. That's alright. You were going against 20 anyway, so that's a good time to throw a 2. So yes. So the guy wraps around you, Ray. He's got his arms grabbing at your wrists. There's no way you're gonna get a clean shot on anyone like this right now.
But he still takes.
He
Does he
does get hurt by one of your karmas.
So that's 2 commas down.
Yep. So he takes another 40 from that. He looks injured, but not on his last leg. And of course, Angel of Death stands up and just looks at you and goes, "Honestly, why are you even struggling? We clearly are gonna win here."
Never go down without a fight.
She rolls her eyes. "What are you gonna do, Ray?"
I'm going to shoot at her.
Okay. Your arms are suspended, so you're gonna have to make a plot roll to break out of this grapple. Okay. And I'm gonna roll against you with the dude, of course. Alright, so he fails to hold you in place. Go ahead and roll the fire. Okay. Your bullet collides. Where do you shoot her? I'll let you aim
I'm
it.
gonna shoot her in the leg.
Okay, say shoot her in the leg. And I'll say the opposing one, so she's shot in the left shoulder and the right leg. And as you fire and it hits her, she just curses you. Fucking bitch! She then pulls up her gun and fires. Okay. So that's going to be another 50 damage you take. You have one more defensive blade activated too. Which one of them is it striking?
I'm going for her.
Okay. So she gets slashed up. At this point, she is sweating. She definitely looks worse for wear, and she begins to start taking steps away from you. The guy is going to try and grab onto you again. Go ahead and roll against him. Okay. He does not make contact this time. Go ahead, and what are you doing?
Oh, fuck, I haven't been taking up my... How many rounds have this been? Because I haven't been taking up my...
Like,
I'd say...
3 or 4?
I'm going to count
half your rolls
3.
have been, like, defensive. Yeah, go ahead and just do this 3.
Let's do 3. Oh, yeah, let's see what's going to happen. What can I do? Okay, so, I'm not going to knock this guy off of me. Instead, I'm going to cast my new spell, the Shadow Apparition, which will create a duplicate of myself, if that is allowed.
I will totally allow it. Go ahead and roll a plot die. This is for a separate thing. Okay. So you do make your shadow. It is behind you, or a little to the side, arms up as well, as if you could do something like that, Tuck, if that's what you wanted to do.
Well, my things apply. My bonuses being that I'm at the computer.
While you're hacking from there, yes. So
Okay. All right. I don't want to give it away, but yeah.
Okay.
So +9.
and I'm gonna just give you a little whisper of what you get. There's that.
Okay. Do you want me to whisper or just say it out loud? What I want to do with it?
+3 to a friendly. Oh, I see. Yeah, you still had one banked. What do you want to add that to, Rogue? Oh, you're good. Oops, there we go. What do you want to add that to? Do you want to add that to? Do you want to bank it right now, or do you want to use it on whatever he rolled if possible? Okay, so then I'm gonna increase what you get. So
Thanks, Goo. Because I'm gonna be doing some misbehaving. And hopefully help out Ray from afar.
okay, all right.
Okay. Okay.
So
Do you want to whisper?
you have. I will tell you this. I'll tell you this much. We'll just talk about what you're doing. Come on, let's bring it into
Okay.
roleplay. So as Tuck is at home and watching things get worse, it's around the part where the second body comes flying out the window that Tuck decides maybe popcorn isn't the best choice right now. He immediately goes in and starts trying to hack anything he can get his hands on, and immediately is able to apprehend one of the camera drones. The drone that he does end up hacking also has a sound system, and it is possible for Tuck to use that to stun a foe by overloading it. So you do have this now. You have audio and visual of what's going on. Of course, Tuck, you start on the street as this drone's perspective.
Well, I want to fly up to raised floor right now, or I just want to fly up and so go from there.
Okay. So you want to go into the 10th floor?
Well, that's where I saw the bodies going out, and I'm assuming
Mhm.
because I have sound, I'll eventually be able to hear what's going up above one extra floor. So I'll go to 10th first because that's where the body
Okay.
initiated.
So of course, as you fly up to the 10th floor, there's no check or anything for this, but you do hear somebody shout from the ground, go, "That's not what the camera drone's supposed to be doing." And you go to the 10th floor and you see Zen on the ground. She seems to be half conscious as people are kind of trying to shake her awake. They're not really sure what to do because she is in fact an android. Zen, you do kind of have half consciousness as this drone just flies into your face and shines a light on you.
Zen,
Tuck?
Zen, where's Ray? Where are they?
11th floor. By
Are
herself.
you functioning?
Barely.
Get
Sure.
out of there.
She lifts an arm, it kind of tweaks to the side.
Try to get out.
Can I stand up?
Yeah, you can stand up. You're rickety and your movements are janky as hell. If you make any kind of physical check, you're gonna have a -3 right now to it. But you can hobble your way out this building.
Okay.
Try to.
I guess I'll try and lead the group of people who I was protecting down some floors since this is clearly dangerous.
Okay,
Oh.
so
Yes, get out and get away. The authorities are coming soon. Get away.
okay, so hobbling down the stairs, of course, the clanking and clicking, the survivors are following you, definitely without question at this point, since you have clearly proven yourself. And Tuck, you are able to make it to the 11th floor. Now that the stairwell is open on this side. As you go up, the door opens in front of you, and you see Iris being carried by 2 men.
All right, I'm gonna try to roll a or do something charismatic and sound official. So I'm gonna imitate, and I'm gonna use my father's names and rank, and tell them to stand down and release
Role
her.
play it, please.
Do I need to roll it though?
No, you're gonna do that after you role play it.
Oh, okay. Gentlemen, thank you for acquiring Miss Peters. This is James Marcus. Call number Alpha Marks Zeta 247. I wish you to stand down and head downstairs. Security is on their way.
Go ahead and make your roll. Okay. The 2 men stare at each other completely confused. And one of them goes, "I thought, didn't the woman named Heather put this out? Who the fuck is this guy they're talking about?" And the other guy looks and goes, "I don't fucking know. Just swat it out of the way. It's just a drone anyway." So one of them is going to throw a hand at the drone.
I'm assuming I have the ability to dodge it.
You may try and move it out the way, yes. If you have
Okay,
anything that could enhance the drone, now is the time to do that before anything happens.
I don't have. I mean, I just have the ability to control it.
Yeah.
But I have the VR stuff, so I mean, I'll probably just have the.
I'll give you a +1 to the control because of the VR equipment. So go ahead and make
So
your roll.
is that action or
It's
plot?
a plot die because you're trying to evade. Okay. So he swats at you. You have the drone fly up and evade the swing. The 2 of them continue carrying her down the stairs.
All right. So I guess I'm going to continue forward then.
Okay, so you just let them take Iris and go flying out.
Go, them kidnap her.
So
Listen, if I can get Ray can do more damage than I can where I'm at right now. Thank
Okay,
you.
so
Peanut Gallery.
you fly out into the open woods, if you will, and immediately you do see Ray there in the middle of fighting. The last thing that really happened was this woman standing away from Ray is profusely bleeding, backing up and holding a gun in her hand. The man who is trying to grab Ray is still right on top of her.
All right, I'm gonna send the drone immediately and just overload it to explode at the guy in any way, shape,
You're
or
gonna
form.
just straight up blow it up.
On him, not her.
Okay, so you kind of just
So
like
I'm
fly
trying
into his
to-
back and just detonate.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. Roll for detonation. Okay, so you fly the drone into the back of it. The cool feature of the sound system never being used, and instead it
Wait,
just...
nope, I'm not done. I want to yell as I'm zooming towards him.
Okay.
Here I come to save the day.
Ray, you hear this, and then immediately the man who's trying to grab onto gets thrusted into his stomach and chest pop out, and he looks at you confused, and then there is the impact from the explosion. Ray, you're going to take 20 damage as this body that is now pressed against you is exploded. He literally just rips apart.
Hope that helped.
Okay. So, Ray, it is you and the wounded lady. Angel of Death.
Okay. Well, guess I didn't really need to waste that 50 MP to make the shadow duplicate, but it happened. So because it happened, and I really don't have that, then I'm going to cast Shadow Whip from it.
Mm-hmm.
And have the whip try to launch around Angel of Death's neck.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for your attack, and then roll for your plot. So you're gonna choke her out with it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She does not put up much of a fight. She's too wounded at this point. So with the whip cracking around her neck, she definitely falls to her knees. She drops her weapon. She grabs onto the whip, trying to pull it away, but just can't. And as your shadow is doing this, Ray, I imagine you're trying to wipe away at least some of the guck from the guy that is now on you.
No, I don't give a fuck about that.
Oh, you're just leaving it all.
No.
Okay.
No, I don't give a fuck about that. My body walks over to her because in about like, because I'm just using that to try to disorient her. Because right now, because after casting that, my magical form is done after this round.
Okay.
You can choke her out with it though, like knock her out, right?
Well, that's what the rule.
Yeah. Yeah, so she's definitely currently disabled. She's not unconscious, but she is weaponless, she is heavily bleeding, and she is just in front of you and looks up and goes, "Cool parlor tricks."
Too bad you won't see it ever again.
Ooh, so you execute her?
Yes.
Okay. She drops to the ground lifeless.
And then I loot her fucking body.
I lit her fucking body. Alright, so she definitely had the gun that was nearby. You're not sure of the exact model of it, as it does seem illegal and custom made. It does add 6 strength, it adds 4 defense, and it adds 6 agility.
An illegal assassin with an illegal weapon. Who would have guessed?
Mama has a new weapon.
As you're examining her as well, you do find her encrypted tablet.
Fuck yeah, swipe that shit.
Okay.
Toy for Tuck.
Do I have the ability to get a second drone on the ground to get it back up to her to go chase Iris?
It would be pretty easy because there's so many news reports over here, so you could come up with a second drone. Go ahead and roll for your hacking. You just basically have to pick another one off the street. Okay, so you gain control and you hear the cameraman go, "Jesus, not again."
He's More newsies.
And zip, I go up to the 11th floor as quickly as possible.
Okay, so you enter through the 10th floor window as you did last time. And as you are entering through there, you see the guys who are dragging or carrying Iris.
Do I have another one with sound system?
This one does not have a fancy sound system. That was a reward from the other one being enhanced.
Mm.
You chose to
Okay.
kamikaze with that bad boy.
So I can't communicate with and
You could
all right,
talk.
so
You can talk through it, but you cannot do an overloading stun or anything like the other one
Okay.
could.
Nancy.
Does it have audible decibel?
Yeah, people can hear it.
All right. Oh my god! All of a sudden, I forgot Ray's code name.
Reaper.
Thank you. Paging Reaper. Losing package on floor below. Clean up on aisle 5.
Okay.
Was that all that I looted from her?
At this point in time, you are hearing through the echoing stairwell very faintly Tuck's message, so you can continue to loot her, or you can start pursuing now.
Motherfucker! Just when I thought I'd be able to get some decent shit.
And then I'm just gonna try to keep flying around their heads to be annoying as fuck until Ray can get down and try to slow him down as any way I can.
And I do start running. I do start running towards them, though it's not very graceful, as I am hurt really badly.
Before you go, Ray, of course, since this is canon for you, you do grab onto a bracelet she has and rips it off as you go running. Since you canonly usually take a piece of jewelry or something from one of your targets. So, Tuck, you're trying to distract them. Go ahead and make a roll. You're basically going to see if you can get them to engage. It's going to basically be like a taunt. Okay, so you're fluttering around. They roll their eyes like, this fucking guy again. And they just keep carrying Iris through the building. Of course, Ray, as you come down the stairwell, they are literally on the opposite side of the hall by the other stairwell to head down to the 9th floor.
I'm still booking.
Okay, so you're just full running at them at this point. The two men both stop and turn and see you coming, and they go, shit, and they just drop Iris and they start reaching for their weapons. What are you doing, Ray?
I'm going to shoot the one who wasn't there one that's already injured?
Not out of these two. That was that guy upstairs who got exploded.
No, I'm gonna shoot the guy on the right.
Okay, so you shoot the one on the right. Go ahead and roll.
Attack!
Okay, and are you using your new gun?
Yeah, that's a +6. Yeah. So I just need to change all of the stats that are on here, and then
on the weapon part, yep. And you get to keep the old weapon too, so make sure you just move that into your inventory and then update it with the new stuff.
I'm just going to screen grab this.
Because you can like scrap it and use it for parts later.
Yeah, we're just doing that. Okay, so I'm just gonna, because right now the strength is really what I need for the moment, I'm just gonna change that. And then I'll move everything else. What? Actually, no, it's the 1 second. I apologize.
No worries.
There we go. There. Upgraded stats. Ha! Hey, it's still the same number. But more different. Okay. That went from changed my my strength from a 16 to a 19.
Nice. Yep. Okay. So the bullet goes sailing down the hall. As it slugs into the guy, go ahead and make a plot roll.
Oh, wrong one.
Oof. Ooh, we were getting close. Yeah, okay. All right, so it does land into his chest, And as the guy is looking at you, both of them recognize the gun. And at that point, both of their faces go pale. And you hear the other one go, "Fuck, she killed the Angel of Death."
Not so very. Now she's with the angels.
They drop
Do you-
Iris and start running down the staircase.
That's why they called me the Reaper, bitches!
Are you pursuing or are you letting them escape?
No, I'm letting them go. I don't give a fuck about them. I wanted to make sure
So as Iris hits the ground, she begins to stir, and you see her sit up, and she goes, "Ow, why?" And she just kind of looks up and sees you, and sees the floating drone. "What just happened?"
Do you want the short version or the actual play-by-play?
How about we talk and walk at the same time, ladies?
Not
Yeah,
short
we can do that.
version.
They were kidnapping you while I was dealing with the other bitch, and
Oh, so
I
my
killed the
bait
other
plan
bitch.
worked.
It did work. It
Great.
did work. So I really got no information.
She frowns. Well, oh well. She starts heading out the building with you guys.
But at least you didn't get kidnapped or die.
She half laughs at that, but you can see on her face that she realizes how close she came to being kidnapped and murdered, and she just goes, "Ha ha," as you go down. Are you straight up leaving the building? That's a question for the party.
Oh, I mean,
I'm
I
gonna
was thinking
probably-
people downstairs, yeah.
I'm going to take the drone and go back out to all of the newscasters and put on a show as a distraction in hopes that they come my way.
Okay, and what exactly are you doing, Tuck?
I'm just going to sing. You are my sunshine, my only
Insert
sunshine.
public domain music. So, yeah, so Tuck is out there just floating around. Go ahead and just roll d20, see how much they care.
They probably do not. Oh no, apparently he's really good. Never mind.
Yeah, perhaps it's the fact that you are a news drone. Perhaps it's the fact that you are clearly hacked. But they are all watching as you are. Ooh, reroll.
Oh.
Tuck, reroll that.
Oh, Rogue is done being nice now.
Yeah, Rogue caused some little chaos over here.
Okay.
Okay, so at first you start singing and drawing attention. And then you hear someone go, "I bet you this is a distraction!" And everyone starts looking in the opposite direction of where you're trying to draw their attention. The good news is that Ray, Iris, and Zentara, you are all moving out with a large group of civilians. And you can just hear people being on the street going, "Oh, they're safe! They made it!" However, as you're looking up the building as you're leaving, you definitely see that higher floor windows had been shattered. And of
You know
course,
what I want?
a reporter immediately approaches you, Ray, as you are covered in guts, as you have not cleaned off. And they go, "Oh my god, could you please share your story with Terror City News?" And they just are like right there with the camera.
Please don't show my face.
I don't think they will be able to see your face through all the guts anyway.
Yeah, but if you can, please don't show my face.
Is there a reason you want to keep your identity a secret?
No, I just don't like people.
You don't like people, but you're at the Sanctuary Tower?
I was in a quiet corner, just minding my own fucking business. And then these assholes came in and started shooting at us. And then I don't know what the fuck happened, but somebody blew up right beside me.
You watch the reporter's face as she goes, "Oh my, what a tragic story to hear. And you survived all of this all on your own?"
Well, I didn't come out unscathed, obviously.
She looks you over real quick. She's gonna make a plot check. So there's so much gore that like she can't tell if that's your gore or the mix of gore or whatever, and she goes, I'm so moved by the fact that you survived. You truly are a strong citizen of Terror City. How did you make it out of the tower? What floor were you on?
I was on the 10th floor, and there was some person, I don't know what their name was, but they saved us. They protected us.
Are you talking about the glowing AI that we saw? The one who was levitating by the window? And then
Yes, that
she literally
particular
spins like the camera bot around and shows you a clip of Zentara transforming in front of everybody and literally just glowing as a beacon in the night on the 10th floor out the window.
Yes, that would be the one. That was a very good shot.
She nods and goes, "The drones are amazing, honestly, when they're behaving." And she kind of looks around. Zen, how far are you away? Because
as the camera lady came up, I started like edging myself into the back of the crowd to try and hide amongst the people.
you're rolling a d20.
Oh no.
So as you're doing this, people are all around you and they're going, "Thank you, you saved us! I can't believe it! Without you, we wouldn't have made it! Thank you!" And the people are just showering you with their appreciation. Zentara, you're going to gain 1 rapport with Terra City as a whole, as the savior of the Sanctuary Tower. As this is happening, though, of course, the reporter turns to Frank and goes, "I'm so sorry, I have to go ask her a question," and immediately moves for you.
By all means.
Ma'am, can we have a moment, please? The drone flying up right into your face.
I'm sorry. I really, I have to go, but
No, please tell us, what exactly did you do up there? We saw you flying, and what was this exactly? And she turns the drone, and you see a shot of the magical barrier that you put your hand out, conjured in front of, and bullets were being repelled from it.
It's a new holo technology.
Does this
it's
have
very
anything to
strong
do
now.
with the rumors that there's a magical society living amongst us? Are you perhaps one of those alleged magical beings?
No, nope. I'm just
Are you
walking
sure?
away
Could you
now.
please tell? She follows.
I'm
She
just
follows hard. She is like right on top of you as you are going.
I turn around. I'm like, listen, ma'am, please, please stop, please.
Hold on, I have to respond to Tuck. So of course, that is the first thing that you see, as Tuck is trying to do damage control in the background. So of course the reporter is with you and she goes, "Please, if there are magical beings living amongst us and they have powers like you do, the people have the right to know. You shouldn't have to live in fear. Look what you did today. You could do amazing things if you would just come out to the public."
It's dangerous.
How so? What dangers are you encountering? Are you trying to say that there's somebody hunting or after the magical society?
I've said too much. I'm sorry. I have to go.
What do you... She literally gets in front of you and body blocks you. "I am sorry, but I cannot let this story go. If this is the truth, we are uncovering a secret of a lifetime. Please, ma'am, share your tale."
We have to protect each other because the magical community is being hunted. There's whether it's by themselves or by other creatures. So yeah, we're in danger.
The reporter squeals and turns to the camera. "You heard it here first live. Magical beings are living amongst us. They are being hunted. They have the power to save our lives. Ma'am, could you please transform one more time for us so we can have a clear shot of it?"
Oh. Sure. Oh no. Actually, I don't know if I have the power to actually.
You can transform right now.
Okay. Yeah, then I transform for the lady.
Okay, what is your line? How do you read it as you declare it?
Okay, hold on. So I look straight to the camera and with a determined look I said, "To protect the life I've gained and those around me, my shield will never break." And I transform.
Okay. So you start levitating off the ground, the lightning sparking out of your body, your eyes glowing otherworldly. You literally watch as the woman staring at you gasps, her entire world expanding. You are watching her mind expand as a human being. And she just turns to the camera and goes, "This truly is an amazing event. Thank you so much for telling us. May I ask what your name is?"
Zentara.
"Zentara, and should we be expecting you to be the guardian of Terra City?"
I will do my best to help the people that I can.
"You heard it here first, Zentara, the guardian of Terra City, first magical being out in the spotlight, showing us the way. Are you with me, Terra City? I am going to be the first to say I am pro magical life."
As she continues, I smile and I dismiss my magic and walk away, hopefully.
So she definitely lets you go, and she just continues talking into the camera, giving her name, talking about how this is amazing. She's going to stay on top of it. And Centaur, it's at this point that you realize that you have 3 of her cards in your hand. At some point, she gave you 3 contact cards of hers.
Fantastic.
Okay, so you are all able to leave the scene and return to base if you would like.
Yep.
Okay.
Mm.
What's up, Tuck? Tuck, give me 1 second. Tuck, talk now, though. This is
Oh, I want you to hear this first before I say it out loud.
okay. Typing so slowly.
I'm got a lot to say.
Meanwhile, with Ray.
So, how did you enjoy your big hero moment?
I did not.
Oh, okay.
It was not intentional. This is who. I don't know why I did that.
So as you make your way back and you reach the garage, you come to the realization that it is in complete lockdown mode.
Oh shit. Do we have a way to get in, or does only Tuck have access?
You know the cameras that Tuck can see through them.
Oh, okay. I'm like waving at Tuck, like, "Hey."
Hey, what did you do? Why? You have no idea what you just did. You have no idea what you just did. You just put me, Mox, Ray, everyone in jeopardy.
They can't do it in secret anymore if the people know.
I'm not letting you in.
He's not gonna let me in.
Nope. I'm sorry. You just put my life, my parents.
Iris raises her hand. Can I get in? Because I already had a hit on me, and now I think probably 2. Or how many hits do we count this one as?
I'd say 2.
When Zen is, you've put
I
me.
helped people.
Iris looks
I
at
know,
Zen and goes,
Zen.
"Would you mind taking 10 steps back for a moment? I just really want to go inside because I already have a hit on me. I don't think standing out on the street is the best thing for my health."
Fine, whatever.
You take your 10 steps back. Does Tuck unlock the door and let Iris slip in?
Yes.
Okay,
Try
so
to zoom in behind her.
Nope. I've got Bert pointed right at you, and you see the fact that I have Bert
are
pointed
you
at
going
you.
to continue even though Bert is pointed at you?
No.
Okay, you're not going to call us bluff.
Can I come in and at least retrieve my bike?
You can come in.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Z, what do you expect me to do? You know where I come from.
We can protect each other. I had already revealed myself to these people. They had me already. There was no stopping this. This was gonna come out sooner or later. Might as well rip the band-aids off now. And this way people know about us. They can't hide the fact that we exist anymore, and they can't keep kidnapping us and experimenting on us if they know that we exist. This is a good thing.
No, it's not. It's why I left.
Fine. I'll find my own way then.
No, you know what? It's not my place. It's Mox's garage. I'm not supposed. I'm not gonna. But I'm gonna leave.
No,
And
I will leave. You want to stay? Fine, I will leave.
well, they know. They already know your file. The second you went on the air and you
Exactly.
did what you did, you
I
have
didn't.
just put this place in jeopardy. I
Well,
am
I
not
will
going back to my
leave.
parents.
I will
No, like
leave, and you
there's no.
guys stay. I did not mention you guys at all. I am the only one in the spotlight right now.
Zen, the second your face went on the camera, every facial recognition program went into place. They have.
And
Do we have a file for you on work?
no, delete me. Make it so my existence never happened. I've done it before. I could do it again. I'll leave.
Mm.
You don't have to worry about me. I'll figure it out. I've done it. Like I said, I've done this before.
You know, it's not my place to say it. It's Mox's. So I'm gonna go underground until Mox contacts me and she makes the choice. It's wrong of me to do that, but I'm leaving.
So as this is happening, Zentara, Ray's hand goes into your hand and tries tugging on one of the cards that you got from the reporter.
What? I let her have one. I guess I'm keeping two. I guess.
I just wanted to know her name.
What is her name?
I will let you guys name her if you'd like to.
Esmeralda.
Okay, Esmeralda.
Beaverhausen.
No. Vetoed.
I gotta put some notes here though that I'm in full panic mode.
Esmeralda Chambers?
Sure, sounds great. And you can see after Esmeralda, it says Ez in parentheses. And it's at this point too, Ray, as you were thinking about the name and the woman that you encountered. She is the one that usually you see when Mox is home and turning on the news. She usually watches her station.
Okay, I have my bike. I'm going home. See you later.
I open up the garage and I get my backpack and I leave.
The real question is, are you taking the computer upgrade with you?
No, I don't. I can't take that off the computer unless they're giving me the one that they just got.
Ray had the tablet, so that'd be a her thing if she gives it to you before she leaves.
Because if she gives it to me before I leave, then I can access remotely the computer. Probably if it's that quality.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah. Oh yeah, I took this off of the other assassin bitch. If you want to do something with it, I don't care.
The
Just let me know
encrypted
what you find.
contract. And
Probably get good
I-
info on it.
I'll look at it and I'll slide it into my backpack as I'm making my way towards the door.
okay.
Zen is going to keep the door closed so Tuck can't leave.
Okay, so Zen physically blocks your path, Tug. Iris tenses up too. You two aren't gonna fight, right? I mean, there's been enough of that today.
No, I'm not fighting. Tuck, you don't have to go anywhere. You will be fine here. I will go.
Zen,
Like you can hack and erase my existence from this area. That is
Get out
your
of my
skill.
way.
No,
get out of my way.
no.
last warning.
Iris raises her hand. What if you did something to buy yourself time? Like, instead of focusing on erasing Zentara's existence, maybe do a false positive that you've been spotted somewhere. At least so we can have time to talk to Mox about everything.
Look at talk. Would you be willing?
Iris smiles
Yes,
once at you. Clearly, someone of your talent, you could probably buy yourself at least a day, right?
I could do that.
And maybe you have some hacker friends or something you could reach out to.
You clearly don't know the hacking community.
She shakes her head and goes, No, I don't, but you do.
I'll create a false positive for right now. Did Ray leave?
I was heading out the door.
All right, hold on a second. Ray,
Yes.
I'm gonna need help on this.
Okay.
I'm gonna put a contract out on my life.
What?
Listen, it's the only way. I'm sure there are other contracts. I need to do a little investigating. If this tablet has the ability to access other contracts, I can see what contract I currently have on my life. And then I can up it, and then we can send someone somewhere. And then if Ray claims it, that will probably catch the attention of everyone who has put it out on me. At least it will give a goose chase or something. I don't know. I'm not liking this, but I'll do it until Mox gets here.
Okay.
Iris thinks again. Well, there's also Frank, right? We've helped him. Maybe he could do something? I mean, he didn't kill me, so maybe he could find a way to not kill you.
I would not like Frank knowing my background.
Doesn't he already?
He doesn't have to know your background. Well, maybe he can help figure out the shit with Zen.
Hello.
With this clusterfuck. Maybe he might be able to help us out of this clusterfuck.
Or he might want to kill us all because we just became a bright spot on the fucking grid.
I did.
Well,
What if we
I'm the
fake
only
Zen's
one who-
death and give her a makeover after?
Oh yeah, like we should have finished doing with you.
She
I'm
half
the
nods.
only one who has actively revealed their magic powers and showed themselves as a magical being. You guys have not revealed that, and I did not say your names in any way. I just said of our existence. I'm the only one with a huge target on their back right now. That's why I was saying I should leave and you guys should stay where it's safe.
And you knew what my father was doing. I just don't get why you were thinking that. Why would you do that? It's why I left my father. It's why I left my family. It's why I left the Corp.
If they know of our existence and people are aware of what's happening, then it can be stopped. We can stop it. We can rally the people to stop it. They can't keep it a secret. It can't keep doing these evil things if people can rally against them and fight against them.
Iris
You really
thinks
want
for
to
a
keep
moment.
hiding for the rest of your life?
We
because
also
of
got the guy in
something-
the freezer, too. Pratt?
Pratt.
We actually have a lot of powerful allies now that I think about it.
Over at Ray, I said, I know it's not what you want to do, but Pratt is. I don't know his relationship to my parents, but he either is. You know the game of politics better than Z does. Z is just the internal sunshine and rainbows blowing out her ass, but that's why we love her. But she's pissing me off right now. So if it's either we do what we do and you go fake taking this contract, or we should wake him up and see what he'll do. He might be grateful, he might not. I don't know. I'm really at my wit's end. Like, I'm this close to running.
It's a gamble, but it might be a gamble worth taking at this point.
You know, what we do need is a distraction to get to move off from the magical beings onto something a bigger.
And Pratt coming back out of the
Pratt
shadows after being
coming-
gone for so long is a good distraction.
Oh yeah, they'll be on a tizzy for
Sweet.
This is what we need.
This is
It'll
what
give
we
us
need.
time.
I'm still going to call Frank to see if he has any idea of if he has any leverage that he can pull for us. Since we are part of the family now.
But this is a good solution for the moment. It'll give us time. Time that we need.
But we can't tell Frank. We've got Pratt. He'll
At this
be
No,
pissed
point-
off
no,
that
no,
we're
No,
not-
no, 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 no.
At this point, the
We're-
main desk starts ringing, and it is Frank.
Shit.
Hey, Frank. Welcome to the shit show,
He picks up.
the shitstorm.
Do I even need to tell you guys what I just fucking saw in the news?
No, we're already
Housekeeper,
berating.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
You all left
Yeah,
out
we've
the
been
part
bur-
where she can transform.
Oh, that little
It comes
thing.
with a standard model. You should upgrade your housekeeper. You might get the same one.
He sits back and shakes his head and goes, yeah, no, I heard about the whole magical society thing, people being hunted. And then he kind of side eyes all of you. And it's like, are the rest of you magical? Because that would explain your little ragtag team. And he turns to Ray and goes, especially you. I don't know what the fuck you're doing with them.
No comment. We're not.
Who dares speak?
I just like computers, man. Causing a little havoc, and I just love playing my
Tuck
video
roll
games.
D20. Your charisma checking him, trying to convince him that. So Frank listens for a moment and nods and goes, "Yeah, I guess it would be weird if like all of you were magical. Especially since then you said that you're being hunted and shit. What's going on with that?"
Magical beings are hunted, whether by each other or by the corporations.
Yeah, well, fuck the corp. You're in our family, so what do you need?
Oh, you know what we need? What we need is for somehow to make Zen not be big plastered all over the fucking news. But I don't think that's going to happen. We need to figure out a way how to make sure that she is not tied directly to us.
He nods.
Because regardless of whether or not we are also magical beings, I'm not claiming or denying any fucking thing. Our lives will be fucking wrecked for the fact that she opened her mouth.
He nods and goes, yeah, that was a pretty dumb move. I thought so too. But, to be fair, now that she's out in the open, what exactly are the extent of your abilities, Zed, Tara? Because we could probably use you on certain things.
I have electrical manipulation, so I can paralyze
Can you, like,
people,
turn
I can make,
invisible? Do you fly? Like, what exactly?
I can make a barrier of electricity.
He nods. Okay.
I can, like I said, I can paralyze people. I can make a light.
You can make a
electric whip.
light?
Yeah, a lamp.
Congratulations, you're literally a lamp.
Well, I also make an electric whip.
You have magic and that's you chose. Okay, anyway.
I told you, she's an amazing housekeeper. You should get an upgrade.
Tuck, you need to learn to watch your mouth, Tuck.
He does nod and goes, "Ooh. There are a couple options I can think of here. I don't know if I've got enough pull just yet to pull it off by myself, but you could try and say that Zentara is like a latest military bot or something, you know, that's high tech, not magic. I mean, you threw up an energy barrier and shot some lightning. Like, you could probably sell that.
Honestly, yeah.
You can just say the whole magical being thing was a PR stunt.
That's a fantastic idea.
Now, whether they believe you or not, that's up to them, but it's probably better than nothing. Shrugs.
We have to figure out a way to convince people of it, though.
Frank, you are genius.
He smiles, sits back and folds his arms. Of course I'm a fucking genius. I run this empire.
Is there anything else you wanted to talk to us about, or may I be excused? Because I'm covered in guts, and I would like to be uncovered.
He
in
nods and goes, yeah, it looks like you guys had a long day. I just had to reach out because I was watching the news and it popped up, and yeah. Holy shit.
So thank you for checking in.
Yeah, of course. Also, how do we get, like, magic? Like, were you taught magic? Is there, like, some kind of school for wizards? Like,
Usually you're born with it. As far as gaining it otherwise, not 100% on that.
it's like, but you're an android, aren't you?
Yes.
So you were born with magic as an android?
I don't know how to
I thought we were a
explain
family here. Like, I'm helping you out and
Okay,
you're gonna lie to my
so-
fucking face?
the person who gave me their powers is dead, so I don't know how she did it. I couldn't really tell you.
Did she die because she gave you the powers, or?
No, she was already dying.
He nods. He goes, But that means theoretically you could possibly make someone else magical.
It's a possibility. I don't know if I can do it, but it's possible.
Well, make sure my ass is at the top of that fucking list.
Of course.
Alright. Good luck, and let me know what you need. He hangs up.
Okay, so unfreeze Pratt and use him to say that I'm a military bot?
I wouldn't say that's a bad idea.
Oh, yeah. And we could have him say that the reason he's been MIA is because he's been fine tuning and working on this project. And now that it's out, he doesn't have to stay in the shadows anymore.
It's a perfect excuse.
God damn it. Now we have to convince Pratt to do it.
Irish
Yeah,
shrugs.
you guys, you
I
should
think if
understand
I was
something.
unstasised, I would be pretty grateful. He's been
I
gone
think
for
he was
like how
coming-
long? Like 2-3 months now, right?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think he was coming too because I saw an eye open before we restasised him.
Did he actually
So-
see you, or was it like...
Who knows? I've never been stasis that long. Maybe he didn't see me and it was just blurry. Maybe he did, but I was at the controls. I saw the eye flutter and open.
Maybe you stay in the back then.
I mean, you could claim that you panicked, that you saw who it was and you freaked the fuck out. Then you're like, oh my god, it's Pratt. Click.
Iris
Well-
thinks for a second and nods and goes, we could lie too and say there was an abnormality with his scan and that we did it for his own safety.
I mean, we do have the medical scanner. We could say that we brought the medical scanner to handle the abnormality, but again,
Okay.
I don't
I'm game
know
with
if
that.
he is. I don't know if he's a pretty face or if he actually has intelligence behind him, and he'll be able to see through that.
Well, the good thing about the key thing with lying is stick close to the truth as possible.
Hmm.
So
Well-
we found him. We found him. We brought him here. Then we realized we realized who he was, freaked out, put him back on, closed the lid, had other shit to do. Now we need a favor for rescuing him from almost being crushed by a what was
Giant
it,
octopus?
a giant tentacle creature.
Mm. I mean, it's the best explanation, and it's pretty much as close to the truth as we can get.
Iris nods. What could possibly go wrong?
Do
Oh,
not say that.
Yeah,
Do
don't
not
say
say
that.
that.
Please do not say that.
Do not say
Do
that.
not
Just be
say that.
quiet for the next 10 minutes, please.
She
You're giving me a headache.
sits down and pouts.
Okay. Are we doing this?
Well, I think we're doing this. I'm
We're
sorry,
doing
Mox.
this. Oh, Mox is gonna be so bent.
And I'm assuming I'm the one on freezing him since I did it last time.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't Iris know how to do it too, though?
Technically,
Since you were the
both of them
one-
walk through it together. Oh.
So
Yeah.
So you probably want Iris closer so that he doesn't see you immediately.
He's gonna see me regardless because I gotta be there to control the program. All
Fair
right.
enough.
I look at Iris, stand here, and if I do something wrong, let me know. Other
Iris
than that,
looks
please
at
don't
you,
say the word.
mouths real quick with no sound coming out, then shrugs.
Listen, pretty.
Just
You were the one.
apologize.
No, I'm tired. I'm grumpy.
Clearly, but you were kind of an ass for no reason.
She just turns her back to Tuck.
Just apologize.
Iris, if you don't come over here, I'm gonna end up accidentally killing him.
She hesitates for a moment, but doesn't move.
Fine, I'll start it.
Okay.
Uh,
You're gonna push the buttons.
no, he's not, because I'm going to stop him. I just like hold his hands. I'm just like, Iris, will you please help Tuck? I'm sorry he's an asshole, but we don't want to accidentally kill Pratt. We don't need more blood on our hands, please.
She turns to you, turns to her tablet, touches the screen, looks over to you, holds up 7 fingers.
Fine, we'll wait the 7 minutes then. And I sit and wait.
I gotta go piss. 7 minutes it is.
Yeah. So the full 10 minutes of her sitting in a corner and shutting up has passed. Iris stands up and she goes, "Well, that was nice. Doesn't everyone just feel so much better now that we had to sit in silence?"
It was kind of nice.
I'm sure.
You ready?
To breathe.
We're about to actually bring back the person you wanted to bring back. So are we good with this?
She rolls her eyes. Yeah, finally, you're the one who was afraid because of
Oh.
your family drama. Sorry you
Sweetie,
had to
did you
run
move
away
your
from your
eyes
mansion
so
in the
far
sky.
back of your head that you saw your brain? That's a talent.
She looks at you and smirks and goes, "Clearly anatomy isn't your strong point."
You're right, but computers are. Shall we move on?
She says, "Are they? Because you were so afraid to do anything earlier."
Ooh.
I'm gonna start
I've seen you
pressing
talk an
buttons now.
awful lot about how good you are with computers, but I've yet to see much done. She
I
goes
start
over
pressing
and
buttons.
she starts helping him with it. It's pretty easy to get it to the point where it can open again. There's nothing to double, triple check. As the pod opens, you do have that release, the of all the cold air coming out. Iris stands there and, of course, points the question at Tuck and goes, "Are you gonna chicken out again and want to refreeze him real quick? Because we can just push that button now."
How about we freeze you?
She smiles and goes, "Well, I mean, it's not like you guys let me do too much anyway."
How about we all take a breath and try and cooperate for the moment while our guest wakes up?
Pratt just lays
I don't
there.
need to be here at this point because he'll wake up eventually. So I walk back to my computer and get one of my candy bars or something. And I
As
sit
Tuck
down
is
in a
walking by, Iris just snaps a quick picture of him on her tablet.
Do I hear the click?
Of course. She doesn't hide it at all. She literally holds it right up and goes, "Psh."
Okay. Well, while I'm at my computer, I'm going to access hers remotely and delete it.
So as she sees you sit down, you just watch as she holds her finger on the power button and turns off her device. And goes, "What exactly is your superpower again?" So at this point, Pratt begins to stir inside. Eyes fluttering open. He turns his head slowly. Iris, of course, leans over to greet him and goes, hello? I don't know if you're going to be completely coherent just yet. But hi, my name is Iris. He kind of stares at her for a moment, rolls his head to the other side, seems to be looking around the room, goes to sit up, and abruptly just sits or lays back down. Iris shakes her head and goes, you've been in stasis for a while, so you're probably gonna want to give yourself a couple moments before you try to move.
Zen's gonna walk up to his side and be ready to help him up when he can.
So as he's looking around, you see the growing concern on his face. And as he begins to start being able to talk, he goes, Jade. Where's Jade?
We don't know.
Iris shakes her head. Your wife's been missing since you went missing. We just found you the other day inside, well, a collapsed abandoned facility? How would we describe this?
Underground lab?
You were buried in a sinkhole accident. No one's quite sure what caused it, but we're pretty positive it was technology. She turns to the party and goes, I'm assuming we're all on the same page with that?
Yeah.
Mhm.
There was also a large tentacle monster that was smashing other cryo containers, and we got yours before we stopped it before it could smash yours.
He tries to crane his head to look at you, Ray, but since you're off on the side, he can't quite see you. And he struggles and tries sitting up once more, this time getting himself at least leaning forward.
I'm helping him up.
Still covered in gore.
Oh,
yeah.
Using a rag to just try to wipe some of it, to clean some of it off of me.
Mhm. Iris leaning down in front of him, squatting at this point, going, can I ask what exactly happened to you? How did you end up inside the stasis chamber? Were you experimenting on yourself, or? And he looks at her and shakes his head, goes, no, they came, they wanted the research.
Who?
What research?
He tries to swing his legs over the side and can't. And it's at this point, Iris kind of takes a step back and goes, something's wrong with his arm. And you can see black veins running and slowly spreading.
Oh no. What is that?
She shakes her head.
Where's the
Some kind of
medical thing?
necrotic tissue or something? I don't know. She goes and grabs the med scanner. We'd have to get him on this to be able to check him.
Can I help pick him up and get him on it?
You can put him on it with her.
Okay.
So the two of you place him on it. As he's straining to stand, you can see it's starting to accelerate the spread.
It's going faster.
She nods and continues to hit buttons on the machine. Goes, I'm trying to scan him as fast as I can. And it comes up and literally just says scan cleared. And she shakes her head and goes, I don't understand. It's not being detected, but clearly something's wrong with him.
It must be magic.
She shakes her head. I don't know. Magic medicine, I mean, I can heal people, but it's not like there's a lot of text on it.
Can you try and prevent its spread at least? Maybe not stop it, but slow it?
She shrugs and goes, I'll try. So she transforms to keep hope alive and begins trying to heal Pratt.
Oh no.
Well, that's good.
Iris, please. Iris, please, try.
Okay.
Okay.
So she falters the first time, the second time she crits. So she's sitting there trying to heal him. You're just watching as she places her hands on him, and there is a hum of energy going between her and him. And she shakes her head and goes, I don't understand. It's like he has no wounds. I can't feel an infection. There's nothing there.
Okay, Pratt, you need to talk, and you need to talk quickly, because they.
He stumbles back to the machine and sits down. These bastards, they probably contaminated me with something. As he's sitting down and looks up, he sees Tuck. He goes, I thought you were here.
I like look at Tuck and look back at Pratt.
Mr.
Okay, yes.
Pratt.
Pratt glares at him. Don't
I'm-
Mr. Pratt me after what your fucking family did to me. You're hiding in the
I'm not
shadows over there just like they do.
I am not my father. I am not my mother. I promise you that.
He starts coughing. Could have fooled me with your behaviors.
Sir, I think we're gonna have to refreeze you to stop this, otherwise you may die.
He shakes his head. What's the point? Then I'll just be unthawed and killed later. What about
Maybe we can-
Jade?
Zen,
What about Jade?
Zen, what about
Well, you need to tell us who did this to you, who
He-
you think did this to
He
you.
looks back at
and then
Tuck
maybe we
and
can
goes,
find Jade.
the corp.
The corp. Okay,
Can you
maybe
be
we
a
can
little
find a
bit more
cure, but the
specific?
only way we can find something to fix you is if you're still alive, so we can actually help you. We need to
Zen,
refreeze you. What?
do you have your nano thing? Put your bracelet on him.
Okay, I slipped my nanite bracelet on him, hoping that'll help, I guess.
Okay, it activates, it goes to work. You watch as literally nothing in his condition changes. It just keeps spreading.
It's not helping. No, we
He
need to
shakes his
refreeze.
head.
Sure.
You have to find Jade. You said it's been months. What did they do to her? Where is she?
She's been missing, just like you.
He shakes his head. Not like me. They'll experiment on her.
Okay, we
Is
will
she
find
magical?
her.
He looks over at Ray. Yes.
Okay. All right. Fine. We'll find her and we'll figure out something for you. But sir, you cannot stay awake because this is gonna kill you. We don't know. Like, we can't keep this up.
He
And if you
sh-
don't care about dying at this very moment, you need to give us somebody in the core that we can go and investigate or do something so we can try so we could potentially find Jade. If
His
that is what you want
father.
us to do. Okay.
Pratt reaches into his pocket, pulls out a small drive, hands it to Zentara, who's assumedly the closest at this point.
Yep. I take it gently and then I'm just basically gonna be like, all right. And I pocket it. I pocket it for now. Because I don't think giving it to Tuck in front of him would be a wise choice.
Pratt begins to throw up on the floor, and there is blood in it.
Okay, I like lay him back down. I'm like, we're gonna refuse you. We will find Jade, and we find a way to fix you. Just trust us on that, please.
You can see on his face he does not trust you. But he does not have the energy to fight you.
I stand up, I go over to the panel, I look at Iris, and we start the sequence and to get it down as quickly as we can.
Okay. So immediately it starts cooling off. You see the necrotic spread begin to slow. And finally he is refrozen. And Iris then immediately starts checking with the stasis tube and shakes her head and goes, "It's not detecting anything either. I don't understand how all of this equipment isn't detecting anything wrong with him when he's like decaying in front of our eyes."
It must
Okay.
be magical of some kind, and maybe the technology can't detect the magic.
Maybe it's programmed not to detect certain type of things. Like maybe the core programmed it to do shit.
You think they excluded some kind of toxin or something?
That's exactly
Maybe.
what I'm thinking.
Either way, we have to figure out a way to save him and find Jade.
Iris turns to Tuck and goes, "Is your family capable of something like that? Could they really alter all the medical equipment?"
Yes.
Just
Okay. All right.
uh,
This is a mess. We need to. Okay.
So much
If
for
there
him
was
being the
one-
spokesperson of the new weapon, though.
Yeah. I think that that's gonna have to back burner. We're gonna have to figure out where Jade is, whether it's through through your father's bullshit or some other way. Because if there's one underground lab like we were in, then there's probably more.
Walk over, I extend my hand for the zip drive.
Can I like make a copy of it on myself and then pass it to him?
No, you don't have that kind of ability.
Damn it. I'm like, I hold it up. I'm like, Tuck, I'm trusting you with this. Please don't fuck with it.
Mm-hmm.
This is not an mm-hmm. This is a yes.
Mm-hmm.
I give him the drive.
Okay, Tuck, do you examine the drive?
Not right now.
No, just put it in your pocket.
I put it in my pocket.
Okay.
I'm assuming we all need a break to heal up, clean up. And when everyone is gone and not in the room with me, I will definitely look at it privately.
Okay. So Iris has no problem giving Tuck alone time since they kind of mix like fire and oil.
Mm.
Zen, what do you go to do while Tuck wants alone time?
I don't even fucking know what to do with myself. I guess I can.
Don't you have to repair? You're not fully like you have to like heal up, don't you? Are you at full health?
No, but I don't have the energy to repair myself, and I think that my powers naturally regenerate me. So I guess I just cool my heals for a bit. Maybe I can clean up the
I'm gonna
shop.
say you probably took your bracelet back, and I'm assuming it works on you.
Never took it off Pratt, so it's canonly still on him, frozen in the tube.
Oh,
Yeah,
hey, that sucks.
RP, don't say it didn't happen. So Pratt is currently wearing a very fancy bracelet as he is rotten in stasis. Ray, what are you up to?
Oh, I'm cleaning myself up as best as I can.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go to the fighting rings. Mm.
Okay. So, Ray, there's no problem with you going to the fighting rings. You know your way there, easy peasy. The real question is, how much are you betting to enter? Or what are you betting to enter?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at my. I'll do 800 TP and the serrated rusty blade.
Okay. And you're keeping your current equipment and stuff as you go in? You're not changing anything up? Okay.
Correct.
So, I need you to make a couple rolls here. First, you're making a roll because you are brandishing the Angel of Death's weapon. Tens did to us? 16. Okay. So, people definitely have noticed that you have her gun. It is a signature weapon of hers. It's custom made. It would be the equivalent of if she had taken your head plate. It's something that like everyone knows is like a defining trait of you. However, there is that silent nod of respect in the community and field that you have basically been acknowledged as the superior hunter. With that said, you're entering the ring. Do you have underground? Do you have got underground fighting? Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
You can roll 4 times up to your second loss. So we'll see.
That's the wrong one.
Nope. Yep. Okay. Nice. Interesting.
17, 8.
Yeah. So
Okay.
the good news is you do win quite a few rounds. You don't get to double your profits, but you do end up making your money back, so you can keep the money and item that you bet, and they will give you 500 more TP as a reward. Tuck, you are now officially alone. Everyone is busy. They're doing their own things. So you pull out the drive and begin examining it. On the drive is a series of numbers.
Would I be familiar with that algorithm?
It's just what it is. Without any other information, there's no way to know what it is. It could be a password, it could be written in code, it could be a date, it could be anything. It could be geographic coordinates.
Okay, since I don't want to put it on the good computer yet, I'm gonna take out the tablet that Ray gave me, and I'm gonna attach it to that and try to access to see what happens.
Okay. So immediately when you put in the USB drive and you try to access it, the only window that opens for a prompt is password.
Okay, I enter in the numbers.
Nothing happens. It says incorrect password.
Okay, I try Jade.
Incorrect password. Just one attempt remains.
Hold on, I need to check something. W. Fifth letter.
The fun of puzzles. Are we on the right track? Are we off the right track? We'll never know until we submit the answer.
W E. 14th letter. Is N W E N. Fourth letter would be D. W. It's Wendy. Because I'm assuming 25th letter.
Courtney, remember, any reaction and you're going to be penalized hard.
No, I'm just also figuring out
not you,
the
you're
letters
good.
too.
Yeah, I was talking to Courtney specifically.
So yeah, if I spell that out, that is Wendy. Now, on Pratt's file, is his wife's name Wendy?
When you were talking with Pratt, he kept saying Jade, so...
Right, but like, his wife is public knowledge, so I'm just
Her
trying to
name is
assume
Jade.
Her name is Jade. So then, do they have a kid?
So you're going to have to look into that. Are you going to do a hack check? You're going to try and dig up information?
I'm going to try to do a cross-reference with Pratt and anyone named Wendy.
Okay. Go ahead and do a roll. Okay. It says you are searching. Immediately what comes up is Young Star to tour Pratt's location, possible crossovers, possible support, possible heiress, question marks. There's a lot of things up there about Wendy, which immediately leads you to the articles about how she has been missing. Wendy is the young movie star.
This movie star that everyone has seen. It's like public knowledge that she's currently missing.
Yep. You've heard it on the news. One of the big things that you would actually probably be a fan of her, Tuck, because in her latest stuff, Wendy was fighting against the Corp. So...
I'm gonna put in Wendy.
Okay. Password accepted. So you're able to enter the file. It looks like there were tests being done The details are a little above your pay grade, as this is all very medical, very science heavy. It is all different types of tests. It seems like Wendy very likely could be the subject who's being experimented on. It's the only thing that kind of adds up for you. In all the files, her name is not mentioned, but the fact that she is the password sort of indicates this. But if you wanted to figure out what exactly was being done, you would need a scientist.
Okay. I'm gonna hate eating crow right now. And I'm not gonna be nice about it. Iris!
No response.
I have chocolate and diamonds.
She peers her head slowly around the corner. Goes, I know you're lying, but I'm just checking.
I have medical stuff on the screen. Come here.
She rolls her eyes and starts slowly approaching.
I peek around the corner.
She's just kind of staring at you, Tuck.
This is files that are above my knowledge of medical in general. I have limited info, so this is a subject that is possibly, I don't know, like I need you to try to make heads or tails of this. So I'm going to give you the ability to sit down at my baby and touch her, look through the files. If you learn anything, maybe it'll help us understand why Pratt is the way he is. I will tell you, one of the reasons why I left my father and my mother is because they were doing experiments on the magical community, and they were not.
She raises an eyebrow. So it's true.
Yes.
And you've known this whole time and you didn't bother to tell or warn anyone? My god, you truly are selfish.
Can we have an argument on morality later?
You're gonna have -2 rapport with Iris with all your negative interactions you've had so far.
Fine. I'll put that right
She
now.
nods and goes, yeah, I'll look it over.
All right,
She sits
goodbye.
down and starts
I'm
going
gonna
through
go
it.
out and I'm gonna go have a drink out in the other room then.
Okay. So of course Tuck
I go out
wanders
there
off,
and
has his drink.
and I go and I pass it in. Will you go with her and help her with that? I don't want to be around her right now.
Sure, I'll help if I can. I go walk towards Iris.
So you see Iris just sitting at the computer scrolling through stuff. And as you approach, she turns to you and goes, I don't know what the hell he thinks I am, but a lot of this is like way beyond me. This is like a specialist. And she's scrolling through and goes, all I can tell you is that they're looking at genomes and trying to alter different pieces of DNA, but more than that, I have no idea. Like, these experiments are next level. And she does look at you and goes, do you know that he just told me too that his family has been experimenting on magical beings, that we actually are being abducted by them? He's known this whole time.
You won't like me much better then, because I also knew that what he knew.
She looks at you and shakes her head and goes, I don't understand. I thought you were supposed to be the compassionate one. How could you keep that a secret? You went on in this big spiel in front of the media that if they knew us, they couldn't hurt us. But you didn't bother to tell the magical community that we are indeed being hunted?
It was a foolish thing.
Selfish is the word I would use. She goes back to the computer. You're gonna have -1 rapport with her. And she keeps scrolling through. There is a part where, after time has passed, Iris stops on one thing and goes, these are all being done to the same person? I don't understand how they could possibly survive this many treatments.
Are we sure they did?
She shakes her head and goes, I don't know. She just keeps scrolling and goes, I mean, the last entry was from a month ago, it looks like.
Maybe if we find this person, it'll help lead us to other things. Maybe it'll lead us to Jade and stuff in the corp.
She nods. Possibly. I'm imagining this is Pratt's information, so what? Pratt abducted Wendy and experimented on her?
Maybe, but why?
She shakes her head. I don't know. Lolita fetish?
Ugh.
She,
There must be something we're missing. Maybe if we showed this to a proper scientist, maybe someone at your school, but I don't know if we could trust anyone there.
she thinks for a moment. I mean, there's always my professor, but we suspected him of maybe doing the hit at first, so I don't know. I guess I never really trusted him that much.
But we did find out that it wasn't him. It was Heather What's-Her-Face from the corp, so...
She nods and goes, but I don't know if I'd want to give him an opportunity where my life is in his hands either.
That's fair.
And he did make the suspect list for a reason.
True.
She thinks. I mean, I suppose we could hire someone, or possibly see if Ray has contacts with scientists. I don't know if she would, but maybe her boyfriend does.
Would I know anyone from when I was with Allie?
Allie was the only one that she knew.
I didn't have any contact with her coworkers at all.
It was very low key under wraps because, again, like, you were sentient AI, so if anyone finds out the truth about you, you're technically illegal. You can't even have ownership of anything. So.
Do I remember where she worked?
I would say yes. If you theoretically want to try and break in / revisit. But that would run some risks.
It might, if I could find an old coworker of her who was her friend, then maybe they would be willing to help us because they were a scientist.
Iris nods. I mean, that's kind of big risk, but yeah, I suppose you're right. There's also the option that they betray you and then you get taken away and junked for parts. But
honestly, everything at this point is a risk, Iris, no matter what.
She nods. I think that's becoming more and more clear by the moment.
The lives we're leading seem to be a do or a die, so I'm choosing do.
She nods. I have to call my uncle. I don't know how to reach him, but maybe Ray can get me a burner phone, or Tuck can get me something, some kind of one-time device.
Probably. I'm sure we can figure out something so you can call him. He must be worried.
She nods. I'm more worried about him getting abducted now. It's one thing for it to be rumor, it's another thing for it to be true.
If you want, we could try and move him somewhere safe.
She shakes her head. I don't want to scare him, I just want him to be aware. He lets his guard down pretty often.
Yeah, we'll talk to Ray and Tuck and see if they can figure out something so you can call him.
She nods.
But yeah, for now, that's my best idea, is going to Allie's old workplace and maybe finding someone there who can help us. Otherwise, I have no clue.
She nods at you again. Yeah, I mean, again, unless Tuck or Ray knows someone too. Or maybe Moxie, when she gets back.
True.
Pratt probably would already be able to explain this, but unfortunately, whatever's going on with him.
It was too fast. He would have died if we kept him awake.
She stands up and walks away from the computer. Well, you can tell Tuck I'm done. She walks away.
I go over to Tuck. Alright, she's read through. This is way above any of our level, even hers, so we're gonna have to find someone we trust to read this. And maybe we can figure out what was going on with this person and what happened to them, because they might be a lead.
All right. I'm gonna shut it down and scrub the computers and continue drinking.
Okay. So the night moves on. I always feel like we end like a little early, but this is like such a perfect spot to pause. This is exactly what happened last time. We made it like a half hour. Because I do feel like it's a good organic stopping point. Yeah, with everything said and done, all of the uncovered truths, the lies in withholding that's been within the party, a lot has happened. I will give you guys another level up because we're moving forward through the game, almost at breakneck speed. Trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, and Ray, you can have a +1 rapport with the Underworld Network, or however you're referring to them in your own head. Since you have taken out the Angel of Death and now brandish her weapon openly, you've earned yourself the respect of your peers.
I just keep getting the report in some of the worst places.
At least you didn't lose any rapport today.
You're like, I'm famous with all the bad ones.
Except for Infernal.
Well, yeah, Infernal's one of your contacts, so he doesn't exactly have clean hands. And based on the fact that he was packing an explosive on your date, but yeah, so any notes or anything you guys want to have before we call it?
Well, I was just adding my notes into my journal, and then I'm just adding in my level and thing. So making sure I'm doing it right.
Mm-hmm.
This is not game. Like, I have nothing to say like game wise, but the VOD will be put on the YouTube channel by Wednesday.
Perfection. All right, so thank you guys very much for joining us for the RP. We're of course going to be continuing this, and as we head, we're right now just passing the halfway point of this arc. And yeah, so have a wonderful night. We'll see you guys later. Bye.